Here's the 0-2. He throws the breaking ball, and that's off the outside corner by just inches. He got back-to-back strikeouts with that breaking ball, trying to go to the left-handed Olch there. He missed. If you're throwing that hard, elevate. He has no chance, virtually. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball popped up. That one did come in at 96. Down the left field line, DeAngelis over near the chalk. He makes the catch. So Napa gets on the board with a solo home run by Willie Salas, and Barney with back-to-back strikeouts. He gets Olds to fly out to end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit. Napa strands 2 will go to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0. Stompers coming up.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Nevada. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
Bottom of the first inning here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. Nick Gatta will lead things off with the Stompers trailing 1-0. And here's the lineup put out by Zach Pace, presented by Sotheby's International Realty. To be Gatta at second. Dondre Hubbard will bat second in center field. Chris Quitzer at third base hitting third. Brent Gillespie, the cleanup man, is at first, with Miles Williams in right batting fifth. Rob DeAngelis on his birthday here today, hitting sixth in left field. Jacob Barfield will be the designated hitter in the seventh spot. Bronson Butcher does the catching and hits eighth, with Rayson Romero at shortstop batting ninth. So here's Gatta against the right-hander Sam Curtis, and he deals a first pitch fastball in at 93. So it's going to be a high-velocity game tonight, needless to say. Both of these guys can run it up mid-90s. Curtis, the 6-footer from Lincoln, California. He deals inside to Gatta, and the count is 1-1. Gatta, who leads the league in on-base percentage at .551, hit his second home run of the season on Sunday afternoon. A little slicer around the left field foul pole. Curtis on 1 ball and 1 strike, misses low. 2 balls and a strike on Gatta, the leadoff man, back at second base after the pinky injury that kept him out a couple of games. Left-handed batter against the right-handed Curtis, making his 8th start of the year as well. His 2-1 pitch, and that's high and tied up near the chin of Gatta. Curtis 5-1, a 2.13 ERA, and I think it's needless to say his stuff is pretty nasty. In 38 innings, 56 strikeouts, just 19 hits against him and 9 earned runs. Here's his 3-1, and Gatta pops it out of play, and the count runs full. Gatta, on the other hand, leads the league with 49 walks, and he's reached in 33 of the 34 games in which he's played. The only one he didn't reach, a game that he came in at Napa last week to play defense for Barrios. He got one at bat and flew out, and now the 3-2 is hit in the air to left. That sends Olch back. He's on the run. He looks up. He's at the track, and Gatta has gone deep for the second straight game, and we're tied at 1. Just carried and carried and carried out of here to left. So Nick Gatta, who is not the big slugger in the lineup, 2 of his 3 home runs are the opposite way. That Stomper home run brought to you by Epicenter. Make your next family adventure an epic one at Epicenter. Dondre Hubbard, the man who you'd expect to take Curtis deep, will come up. Boy, Sam Curtis, he's allowed 19 hits and 9 earned runs in 38 innings coming in. He gives up a leadoff home run. So a pair of leadoff home runs for both teams in this ball game. Here's his first pitch to Dondre Hubbard. He waves at a fastball in the outer half for strike 1. No balls and a strike to the man who's tied with Salas at a 379 average to lead the league. He pops up an 0-1 curveball, and Marshall's over toward the screen on the first base side, and that will get out of play. 0-2 the count on Dondre Hubbard. Curtis has Hubbard where he wants him, 0-2, and Curtis, who has a devastating breaking ball. We saw it the one time he started against the Stompers over at Minor Family Field, and we'll likely see it here on 0-2. The pitch to Hubbard. He goes with a fastball, and Hubbard destroys it to center, and with a lot of room out there, Sean Jackson will have enough real estate to make the catch. 435 feet to straightaway center. Jackson went back on it, had plenty of room, though Hubbard hit it pretty well. Maybe off the end of the bat from Dondre Hubbard, but still off the bat, it looked like he may have had a chance. Just the wrong part of the yard. Only the 5th home run allowed by Sam Curtis this season, and here is Chris Quitzer, and he takes inside ball 1. Quitzer, who's been an anchor in this lineup here in this month of July, coming in hitting under 270 in this month. He's raised the average all the way up to 310. He had it up in the 330s at one point. And that 1-0 pitch is rolled on the right side. Montalongo backhands. He'll set the feet and throw to Curtis in time. Nice play by Josh Montalongo moving to his right. Thought initially it may have enough to get through the hole. That brings up Brent Gillespie in the cleanup spot here tonight at 286 with 4 home runs and 12 driven in. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first. If you're just joining us, boy, a leadoff home run for Willie Salas and then a leadoff home run for Nick Gatta. Here's the first pitch from Curtis to Gillespie, and he cues it up the third base line. I mean, way out in front. He may have sliced the leather on the baseball with the cupped end of the bat. 0-1 the count. Defensively for Napa, Olch, Jackson, Gar in the outfield left to right. Bethencourt, Salas, Connors, Montalongo from third to first, and Jake Marshall does the catching here tonight. The 0-1 from Curtis is a breaking ball that bends a little too low below the knees of Gillespie, and it's 1-1. These two teams, the two best pitching staffs. As far as ERA is concerned, a 4.13 for the Stompers, a 4.5 ERA for Napa, and now Curtis spikes that one 48 feet. Didn't even reach the crown of the dirt in front of home plate. Left a little divot in the grass like he was swinging a 9-iron. Two balls and a strike on Gillespie, the left-handed hitter at first base here tonight. Here's the 2-1, and he tops it at the plate. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And these two pitchers, 9-1 combined, the starters for tonight. Might be the single best pitching matchup that we've had all season coming into a game. And Napa, who's been hot as of late, winning 6 of 7, and the curveball from Curtis misses high and away, and we're full. So with that hit for Nick Gatta, he's reached in 34 of 35 games, and he's hit safely in 24 of those 35 games. Payoff pitch coming from Curtis to Gillespie. Here it is, and that looked like a changeup from Curtis, the first one that we've seen here tonight That missed low, and Gillespie has a full count walk. Miles Williams will hit with Gillespie at first. Williams trying to extend his on-base streak in the last week or so, hitting under 200. But he has reached in 16 straight. Coming into this ball game hitting 235. Hitting in the 160s the last 7 days, but he does have 3 home runs in the last 7 days. Not something that he's probably pleased with, and he takes a fastball low and away. I think he'd trade no home runs if he were hitting 300 over the last 7 days. 1-0 with Gillespie at first, 2 out, 1 run in on the Nick Gatta solo home run to left, his third. Curtis at the belt. Out of the stretch for the first time here tonight, his 1-0 delivery, and Williams takes low. 2 balls and no strikes, a good count for Williams, and with the curveball that hasn't been as sharp for Curtis, and the one changeup we've seen, Miles can almost eliminate those 2 pitches from his arsenal. Back-to-back fastballs for balls to open the at-bat. Now the 2-0 pitch. He comes with a breaking ball, and that is way outside. Marshall has to slide to keep it in front of him. Maybe thinking I can flip over, get me over curveball here, and have Williams sitting fastball. He tried to do that, and he almost threw it like a strikeout pitch. 3 balls and no strikes. Curtis set at the belt, now the 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk. So back-to-back 2-out walks drawn by Gillespie and Williams. And here comes Rob DeAngelis celebrating his 25th birthday. Rob's parents are here. Flew in from Staten Island today to watch Rob play on his 25th birthday. His dad, Robert DeAngelis, threw out the first pitch today to Rob, who caught him. So DeAngelis, after Williams extends his on-base streak to 17 games, Rob will try and extend his to 24. He's in left field tonight, and now Curtis steps off the back of the rubber. DeAngelis at 271. With a hit could give the Stompers the lead here in the bottom of the first inning. We're tied at 1. Curtis finds a sign that he likes from his catcher, Jake Marshall, and now here's the first pitch to DeAngelis, and he'll take a fastball upstairs. Curtis just 1 start against the Stompers this year. That was over in Napa. 1-0. He won that game. 5 innings, allowed a run. It was not earned. On just 2 hits, he struck out and walked 2. So he's already matched the total runs allowed, earned in that game, and the walks allowed in that game, and rolling the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and DeAngelis breaks his bat on a little nubber up the middle. Connors will field. He'll stop and throw to first, and that is in time to get DeAngelis. So not only is DeAngelis retired, but he loses a bat in the process. Gatta does go deep, his 3rd home run of the season. He's now driven in 20. We're tied at 1. We'll go to the top of the second. Bottom third of the lineup coming up for Napa right here on Sonoma TV and on the Stompers Radio Network.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Tied at 1, we go to the top of the second inning. Jake Marshall, the left-handed hitting catcher, will start it off against Nick Barney, who deals in a fastball, and it's swung on and missed. Nick Gatta with his third home run of the season, tied us at 1 in the bottom half of the first. And now Barney's with a fresh ball game out there. 0-1 to Marshall. That's rolled on the ground to first. Gillespie will field the underhand flip to Barney's, and 1 out here in the second. The other game tonight, Vallejo and Salina. San Rafael will get the night off, so 2 days in a row off for them. And with that being said, the Stompers will try and pick up a half a game here tonight, come in leading the league by 4 games. Vallejo and Salina in their pregame, they're slated to start in about 6 minutes at 6:35. Barney's first pitch to Sean Jackson is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. So only 1 loss here against Napa this year, and the Stompers 18-4 at home. Jackson swings and misses at a 1-0 pitch from Nick Barney, and the count is even at 1-1. Hubbard in center over toward the left center gap against Jackson. Here's the 1-1, and Barney throws a fastball by him. Barney's sitting at 93, 94 here so far. We've seen 96 from the right-hander, the former Tampa Bay Rays farmhand. Here's his 1-2, and that is low. Napa coming off a loss in San Rafael. The Stompers coming off a 10-6 win. That was Sunday afternoon against the Stockade. The 2-2 from Barney's over the head. Here it comes, and that was high and tight. Jackson lucky to get out of the way. We've already seen Barney's hit 1 batter. That was Jordan Garr. Barney's not a guy that you want to get hit by. Fastball's mid-90s, but it seems it's almost like it's a heavy fastball. I don't want to call it a sinker because it's not. It doesn't have sinker movement, but it's a heavier fastball. The payoff pitch to Jackson. Here it comes from Barney's, and that is at the knees for strike 3. Jackson tossed the bat. Thompson punched him out. Barney's has 3 strikeouts. Eric Thompson behind the plate here tonight with Dean Poteet out in the field. The umpiring crew for tonight's ball game, and now with 2 out on the bases empty, Dominic Bethencourt will come up. Bethencourt at 218 does have a home run, driven in only 7 in limited playing time this year, really. And Barney's first pitch to him is at the knees. 97 from Nick Barney's for strike 1 on Dominic Bethencourt. I think Barney's feels good today. He shakes once. Now the 0-1 delivery. And that is low, and it skips in front of home plate, an easy tank for Bethencourt. So we've seen 96 and 97 from him. The only man we've seen 97 from this year, Connor Liedholm, out of the bullpen on a warm afternoon. It's a warm night. Not as warm as it was that day. But so now we've seen 97 twice this year. Cox hit 96 earlier this year. This staff just top to bottom. Highest average velocity in the league by far. Here's the 1-1, and that fastball is high at 96 for ball 2. Barney's pumping today on DeAngelis' 25th birthday. He's behind Bethencourt 2-1 with 2 out in the top of the second. 1-1 our score, and here's his pitch. Fastball fouled away, that one at 95. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and all fastballs so far in this at-bat. He does have 2 strikes on Bethencourt, 1 to play with. The curveballs looked pretty good from Barney. He goes over the head, lifts the leg. Now the 2-2, and he dots a fastball right below the knees at 96 miles an hour, and the count is full. How do you even see if it's a ball or a strike? You just want to say, yeah, that's at the knees. See ya. I couldn't see it. We couldn't see it. Here's the payoff pitch, and that is high and away. Second walk issued by Barney, and a 2-out walk flips the lineup back over. Here's Willie Salas. Hit his 4th home run to lead off the game. He'll face Barney with a man at first and 2 out. Barney, who is feeling good here on this 23rd of July. He'll look to first. Salas, the right-handed hitter. Barnese's first pitch is on the inside corner for strike 1. Barnese, who spent 6 years in the Tampa Bay farm system. The 0-1 curveball is fouled out of play. Played with a bunch of guys that ended up being not only Tampa Bay Rays, but big leaguers. Notable Rays, B.J. Upton, Matt Moore, Matt Joyce, Chris Archer, Kevin Kiermaier. All guys that Barnese crossed paths with. Here's the 0-2. The runner goes. The pitch is high. The throw down to second is not in time, so Bethencourt has a stolen base. The 0-2 was high with a fastball. Other guys of note, Stephen Vogt, Gabe Kapler, Tim Beckham, Derek Dietrich. Guys that Barney's played with in the Rays system. Seen Derek Dietrich lately? He's been working out. The Reds have been wearing those sleeveless uniforms. Those guys lift a little bit of weight. 1-2 is rolled foul up third. Some people aren't happy with the retro throwback and the sleeveless. I kind of like it. Seems like the Reds have been doing it a lot more recently, and by recently I mean in the month of July, than anybody else. They even wore those throwbacks that had the collars on them, like we were in the late 1800s. Here's the 1-2 from Barnese, and Salas takes low. Another fastball from Nick, and the count's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes the count with Dominic Bethencourt at second after the stolen base. 2 out here in the second inning. Barney is trying to keep us tied. His 2-2 pitch, and that is fouled straight back, and that got Bronson Butcher. Eric Thompson grabbed Butcher. It didn't look like he was going to topple over, but Thompson just making sure. Umpires and catchers, they're on the same wavelength when it comes to foul balls straight back. They know. Butcher just kind of shakes the head and flexes the jaw a little bit. He's got the American flag bandana on under the skull cap tonight behind the plate. First time we've seen Butcher do that. Why not? The count is 2-2, and Salas, beside Dondre Hubbard, the toughest man to get out in the league. Count is still 2-2. Barnese may go with a breaking ball here. It's been good. The 2-2. That's a fastball rolled on the ground up the middle. That's into center field for a base hit. Bethencourt around third. He'll score easily. Willie Salas has an RBI single, and Napa regains the lead 2-1. Just a topper up the middle. Enough top spin to get through the middle of the infield. Salas has driven in both runs. He has 28 on the year now. That'll bring up Dakota Connors. So Barney's not doing himself any favors with the 2-out walk. He struck out Connors the first time, and he gives a throw over to first, and easily back in standing up is Willie Salas. Salas can run. This Napa team can run. Second in the league in stolen bases. Salas goes. The pitch is called a strike, and the throw down by Butcher is late. No balls and a strike on Dakota Connors, who's been nothing but just a hitting machine for Napa at .333 since coming over to the Silverados. does not have a home run. He's driven in 14, and he has an opportunity to extend the Napa lead here in the second. They're straight away defensively in the outfield. Gotta keeps the runner close at second base. The 0-1 from Barney is outside. One ball, one strike on Connors with Salas at second after the stolen base. Nick looks to second, now the 1-1, and that curveball is fouled out of play. Napa comes in, the game over 500. The Stompers 17 games over 500, the best record. And we're well on our way here in the second half of the season. Tonight, game number 38 of 64. Barney's is 1-2, and that is swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Nick Barney's. Mid-90s fastball. He sits down Connors. Napa does score once more. The Willie Salas RBI single up the middle, and they have a 2-1 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Barfield, Butcher, and Romero due up for the Stompers.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Nevada. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Jacob Barfield, the designated hitter in tonight's ball game, leads us off here in the bottom of the second inning with the Stompers trailing 2-1. 7, 8, 9 spots coming up against Sam Curtis, who did give up that rare home run in the first inning, and even more rare it came to Nick Gatta, and Barfield fouls the first pitch away. Not that Gatta doesn't have any power. He does get on base more than half the time, but just his third of the season against a guy who's been almost unhittable this year. The Stompers have some work to do, trailing by 1. Jacob Barfield hitting at 246. He's launched 10 home runs, and here's the 0-1 breaking ball from Curtis. That stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. For Sam Curtis, a couple of walks and the home run in the first inning. Stompers could not get a run home after the back-to-back 2-out walks, and Barfield takes high. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Curtis to Jacob Barfield. He misses upstairs with a fastball again. 3 balls and a strike, and if there's one thing that Curtis has struggled with, it hasn't been velocity. It's just been missing badly. Here's his 3-1 pitch to Barfield, and he pops it way up, straight back and out of play. Count full on Jacob Barfield, the 2 walks for Curtis on a 3-2 count and on a 3-0 count. 7, 8, 9 here in the bottom of the second, with the shadows proving to be a little difficult here in the early goings. Barfield calls time. We say that often, but these hitters tend to prove us wrong more often than not, especially with the 2 home runs in the game so far. Now Curtis will step off. Historically, though, the shadows make it about as difficult as it can be to see. Here's the payoff pitch from Curtis, and Barfield yanks it well foul down the left field line. I mean, he hit it 390 feet, but 150 foul. Think Curtis comes back with that pitch? Probably not. Left it up in the strike zone, and Barfield almost had his 11th. If we're on a cricket ground, that's a home run. Or a rounder, as they call it. Barfield rolls it foul again up third. Three and two. 8th pitch coming up from Curtis. In a 2-1 Napa lead leading off the bottom of the second. The payoff pitch, and Barfield hangs, or Curtis hangs a curveball, and Barfield hits it down the left field line and foul again. He'll check the bat for a crack. Does not have one. That's twice that Curtis has left that breaking ball up in the zone, and Barfield's hit it a combined 700 feet, just probably a combined 300 feet foul. The 3-2 pitch coming from Curtis. Fastball strikes out Barfield. First strikeout for Curtis. Barfield turns around to ask Thompson if that was going to be off the plate. It looked up here as if it were. He's the first strikeout victim of the ball game, and Bronson Butcher's coming up. I like this. What do you call it? Bandana that Butcher has on. Lost the train of thought there for a second. Just so cool to look at. He has it coming out of the back of the skull cap when he's catching, and now it's fluttering out of the back of the helmet, and Curtis misses high for ball one. You can't quite see it on the screen. Maybe you can with this over-the-shoulder angle from center field. You can kind of see the bandana fluttering out of the back of the helmet of Bronson Butcher. Here's the 1-0, and he hits it high to center, not very deep. Curtis will have his second out. A fly ball to center. Jackson makes the catch, 2 away. So here's Rayson Romero at 172. 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. Trying to extend this second inning. 2 quick outs for Curtis. Barfield did run up the pitch count. A 9-pitch strikeout to Jacob Barfield, even though he struck out. That's a little victory, if you will, just to run up the opposing starter's pitch count, and Romero takes high. Seems like the Stompers can be really patient here against Curtis to open this game. Seems a little bit off from what we've seen from Curtis this year. We've only seen him one time. His 1-0 pitch, and that curveball is over the head of Rayson Romero, and those are the worst because as a hitter, you're expecting something over the 18-inch plate, and when you get something that's very high or low or way outside, it's easy to recognize. But when it's coming right at you, you're just not used to how to get out of the way. A lot of the time you're backing up off the plate, and if Ray backs up there, he's drilled. It's one of the more confusing 2 seconds of your life, and now that curveball is inside to Romero, and it's 3-0. Not even 2 seconds. I believe a 90-mile-an-hour fastball takes 450 milliseconds to get to the plate. I think that's right. So not even a second to decide what you're going to do, and the 3-0 pitch is low ball 4. 90-mile-an-hour fastball, 0.450 seconds to get to home plate. Nick got it coming up with a man at first and 2 out. Went deep his first time. Spinning a throw to first, and Romero back in safely with a head first dive. 4-pitch walk to Romero, and with the good hitter that Gata is, you almost bet anything that he's tanking first pitch here. Another throw over. And that's a little late. Three blocks in the game for Curtis so far. One time through the lineup, and now another throw over on Racing Romero, who, don't get me wrong, he does have some speed at 7 stolen bases. That's the second most on the team, but this team who is last in the Pacific Association in stolen bases. Curtis's first pitch to Gata. That's lined into left field for a base hit. Olchover to cut it off. Romero stays at second, and Nick Gata has a 2-hit ball game. Just when you think after a 4-pitch walk, Gata being as good of a hitter as he is thinking one of two things. Either he's going to miss badly here, or I'm going to get a pitch right down the middle. It was the latter, and he banged it into left center field for a hit. So here's Dondre Hubbard. Hubbard 0 for 1, but hitting .375 with 9 home runs and 41 driven in with men in scoring position this year. How about that? He bats with Romero at second and Gata at first. Curtis, after a very long pause, delivers the first pitch to Hubbard, and it misses outside for ball 1. They're deep all the way around. Curtis in center is a couple of steps toward the pull side gap. With Hubbard, who hit a ball pretty well to center his first time, got it a little bit toward the end. Jackson had plenty of room, and now Curtis taking his time. Hubbard loosens up in the box. Now rests the bat on the shoulder. Now time is called. Curtis infatuated with Romero, who's leading from second base. Just doesn't want to take the eye off of him. Good speed on the bases with Romero at second and Gata at first after a 2-out walk and then the base hit. And for Nick Gata, his 9th multi-hit game of the 2019 season. Well, now Curtis and Hubbard just in a chess match here to see who's going to blink first. Is Curtis going to throw a pitch or not? Here's the 1-0. Hubbard takes very high, 2 balls and no strikes. Hubbard, who's coming off an 0 for 5 on Sunday afternoon. Now 0 for his last 6. Taking his time, just waiting for the 2-0 pitch. Curtis spinning a throw back to second base, and the tag put on by Connors is late. Actually, if you go back to the game in Napa last Saturday, the game in which Hubbard did have 3 hits, including a home run, 0 for his last 7 for Hubbard at the plate. That's a rarity. The 2-0 pitch fouls it back to the screen. Two balls and a strike, still a good hitter's count for Dondre Hubbard. He will expand the strike zone if he feels the pressure to try and get that hit in. That run in from second with the Stompers trailing 2-1. Well, now Curtis steps off and Hubbard trying not to be lulled to sleep in the batter's box. On this 2-1 pitch coming up from Curtis, here it is. And Hubbard fouls it out of play. Hubbard's definitely more of a routine kind of guy, where if you really sit on the mound and really take your time, toy with him a little bit, that can mess with his timing tremendously. Works better against some hitters than others. Hubbard awaits a 2-2 pitch with 2 on and 2 out in the second inning. Here it is from Curtis, and he chases a breaking ball in the dirt. Marshall slaps the tag on the hip of Dondre Hubbard, and Curtis has bookend strikeouts here in the second. We'll go to the third. Napa leads 2-1.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Josh Montalongo for Napa here in the top of the third inning. Silverados up 2-1, and Barney deals a fastball that misses a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. Both pitchers had 44 pitches through 2 innings. So far, a run in 3 of the 4 half innings. Not really what we expected against these 2 starters coming in. Here's Barney's 1-0, and that's low again. More free passes than we had thought through the first 2. 2 walks and hit batsmen for Barnice and 3 walks for Curtis. Guys that don't really walk all that many hitters. And now the 2-0 was outside. He's fallen behind Montalongo. 3 balls and no strikes. They have begun over in Vallejo, and they're scoreless in the bottom of the first. The Admirals and the Stockade, and that's a 4-pitch walk to open the inning to Josh Montalongo. So here's Nico Tony, the DH. He's also the other catcher on the roster. Likes to pull the ball from what we've seen here this year and last year, really. Walked his first time on 4 pitches. Barney's trying to get ahead, and he doesn't. He misses high. 5 straight from Barney's. 1 more. We might see Mike Nunez come out. The only thing really limiting Barney's from going deeper in ball games this year, the pitch count, as is true for really the rest of the staff. Here's his 1-0, and Tony breaks his bat and pops it out of play down the third base line. Plenty of time. You could say that for anybody, though, pitch count, but it's not really been anything else. There have been a couple of, quote-unquote, bad starts by this pitching staff this year, but really all the other ones limited by pitch count. You can throw 130 pitches over 9 innings. You cannot throw 130 pitches over 5. 1 ball and 1 strike to Tony, who gets a new piece of lumber out of the Napa dugout. 2-1 ball game in the third. Millie Salas has driven in both runs for Napa. Barney's gives a look over the shoulder toward first base. Now is 1-1 to Tony, and that breaking ball skips past Butcher and goes all the way to the netting. Wild pitch allows Montalongo to go to second base, and now a man in scoring position with nobody out, and a 2-1 count to Nico Tony. Not much command for Barnice opening this third inning. Right-hander out of the stretch, the 2-1. Tony squares around and bunts it foul. Though the 1 attempt Tony had to move Montalongo to third has failed. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big strikeout situation for Barnice, who has 4 in the ball game. Trying to keep that runner at second. He has the stuff to do it. He'll come set and deliver a 2-2 pitch, and that swung on and missed. Nasty curveball from Nick Barnice. I mean, it had Bronson Butcher moving way out of the way toward the left-handed batter's box. He was able to pick it cleanly out of the dirt. for the first out of the inning and the 5th strikeout for Barney. So here's Gar, who was hit by a pitch. 1 on, 1 out. Gar at 289. Strikeout and a walk in the inning for Barney. The wild pitch moved Montalongo to second. Here's his first pitch to Gar, and that's a fastball down low at 95. So the velocity has been there for Barney so far in the first 2+ innings. He had pretty decent command in the first 2 innings. Really hasn't had it here in the 3rd. Here's the 1-0. That's shot on the ground. Foul wide of first, says Eric Thompson. Bouncing ball. Gar trying to put it right over the first base bag, but not foul by much, says Thompson. It's 1-1. Montalongo goes back to second base. Barney's his 9th season as a professional baseball player. 2nd in the league. 1st with the Stompers. Spent a short stint with the Pittsburgh Diamonds last year in which he appeared in with over 30 games or so. Didn't start any of those games. Strictly out of the bullpen to get his feet back under him after taking a couple of years off. Here's his 1-1 pitch, and Guard bends at the knees and watches a breaking ball snap over the outside corner. 1-2. He may go back-to-back with that curveball here. Can't really throw a better one. You just try and throw one as good. 1-2, the count. He looks to second where Montalongo leads. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball very high. Two and two on Jordan Gar, the right fielder. Right-handed hitter. Barney looks in now. He's ready to deliver the 2-2. Here it comes, and the fastball at 95 punches out Gar. Back-to-back strikeouts for Barney. He has 6. There's no shortage of velocity from Barney's. Not at all. 95, pain at the knees. 2 gone now after the walk, back-to-back strikeouts, and Nick Olch will come up. He flying to DeAngelis in left. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to him from Nick Barney. Swung on and missed. Boy, he pulled the string on that changeup. Well, that was filthy. Coming in at 95, 96, and you throw a changeup. 10-mile-an-hour difference. It's really not fair. Olch, the left-handed batter, had it running away from him. Here's the 0-1, and he takes a fastball inside. They appeal, and he did not go. 1-1 the count to Olch. There you go, 84 and then 95 on the hands. Here's the 1-1, and Barnese misses with a changeup. This time it's 2-1. I don't think he'll throw a better changeup all night than that one that he threw to Olch to start the at-bat. I really don't. It was just perfectly placed. Started at the knees. Fell off the table. Really unhittable. Here's his 2-1. That's rolled on the ground to second. Gata scoops it up. He'll throw to first. That ends the inning. So Barnese, with the help of 2 strikeouts and a ground out, pitches around a bases loaded walk. We go to the last of the third. Stompers trail 2-1.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented, and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Novato. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Quitzer starts things off for the Stompers here in the bottom of the third, trailing 2-1. Don't forget to come out on July 25th, the first of 3 home games in a row to kick off the weekend here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. It's First Responder Night. Quitzer takes down and in for ball 1, so come out and support the Stompers on July 25th, First Responder Night against the Salina Stockade. That's this Thursday, first pitch at 6:05. Quitzer takes inside again, 2-0, and then immediately following that, it's Health and Wellness Night. So come out to the ballpark, bring your school supplies for a back-to-school drive to benefit those in need. That is this Friday night, 6:05 once again, and Quitzer's out in front of a good off-speed pitch. It's 2-1. At night, the Vallejo Admirals are in town, Health and Wellness Night, and then last but not least, Saturday night at 6:05, it's Italian Heritage Night. So 3 games in a row that you want to come out to Palooza Park at Arnold Field. Promotional nights to end the month of July before we go on the road on Sunday in San Rafael. Here's the 3-1 to Quitzer, and that is inside. Did it get him? Either way, it's ball 4. So Quitzer goes down to first base. After an off day tomorrow, we'll have those 3 promotional nights: First Responder Night, Health and Wellness Night, Italian Heritage Night. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the 25th, 26th, and 27th. That's right here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. Give us a call. Purchase your tickets because they're going quickly. Here's Gillespie with a man at first, nobody out. The first pitch from Curtis, a good changeup. So the changeup has looked good from Curtis here in this third inning. He threw one to Quitzer. He swung over the top of. Throws that one to Gillespie to get him ahead, 0-1. Quitz leads from first. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Curtis misses outside. 4 walks for Curtis in the game. Trying to find the zone here in the third. On 1-1 to Gillespie. That curveball is swung through, and Gillespie just looks absolutely fooled here this at bat. A couple of changeups, a curveball. It wasn't really a hanger, but it was in the strike zone a long time from Curtis. Gillespie looking for that low 90s fastball. He's just not getting it this at bat. Curtis has a good one. And on 1-2, he misses outside to Gillespie. 4 pitches and 4 off-speed pitches here in this at bat. If that says one thing, it says that he has a whole lot of respect for Brent Gillespie. Here's his 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Gillespie hits it high to right, not very deep. Sprinting on is Gar. He makes the catch, 1 out. So 5 pitches to Gillespie, all off-speed pitches. Miles Williams will come up. 1 on, 1 out. Extended his on-base streak to 17 games with a walk in the first. Williams trying to get going here in late July. And after the calendar flips over to August, it is crunch time. First pitch to him from Curtis. Breaking ball outside. Daniel Molinari and Pedro Barrios, the only men on the bench for Zach Pace here tonight. Here's the 1-0, and Williams misses a fastball. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike. Curtis agrees with Marshall with Quitzer at first. Here's the pitch, and a curveball is swung on and missed. And, well, if Curtis has found one thing, it's that breaking ball here in the third inning. It's looked tremendous. Late action, a lot of vertical break on that curveball from Curtis. Maybe even go back to it here. In a 1-2 count to Williams. The pitch coming. He does, and he misses low. Two balls and two strikes on Miles Williams. Back in the fifth spot of the lineup here tonight. The 2-2 coming. Williams bangs a single up the middle. Curtis, after two breaking balls to Williams, throws him a fastball down at the knees. Williams digs it out and smacks it up the middle for a hit. Here's DeAngelis. On his 25th birthday, the kid from Staten Island. 0 for 1 in the game so far, but he could tie this thing up with a hit. First and second, one out. Stompers 0 for 2 with men in scoring position in the ballgame so far. Quitzer at second, Williams at first. Quitzer above average speed. Williams the same. Curtis's first pitch to DeAngelis is inside for ball one. Rob had one of those at-bats with a man in scoring position in the first inning. Broke his bat on a ground ball to second. That ended the first. In a 2-1 game, bottom of the third. The 1-0, and DeAngelis hits it in the air to right. Gar sprinting over toward the corner. He's at the track, and he'll make the catch right in front of the 311 sign. Quitzer will tag up and go to third. So DeAngelis, who thought he had it, flips the bat. And how far did it go? DeAngelis walking off the field just looked like he's in utter disbelief that he didn't get it out of here. DeAngelis flies to the wall. Quitzer moves to third. Jacob Barfield now tasked with trying to tie this game. He has him at the corners with 2 out, and a base hit will have to bring a run home. Be interesting to see if with how the Stompers have played against the Napa Silverados the last 2 games, losing both of those games, if they may try and steal a run here. And by that I mean send Williams, who's not really all that fast. There's the first pitch to Barfield. He takes a breaking ball low and away. Just toy with that idea. You send Williams. If they don't throw, so be it. Then you have 2 men in scoring position. If they do, Williams is smart enough base runner and agile enough to stay in it long enough, and you can maybe squeak Quitzer across the plate. Curtis is 1-0. Barfield checks his swing, and they appeal. He did not go around. 2 balls and no strikes the count to Jacob Barfield. Struck out his first time against Curtis, one of 2 strikeout casualties in the ballgame. Trying to tie this thing up in the third. Curtis on 2-0, and Barfield takes a fastball outside, 3-0. Walks have been a problem for Curtis 4 already. And with Bronson Butcher on deck, Jacob Barfield will try and get him to the plate any way he can. 3 balls, no strikes. Curtis agrees with Marshall. Now he's set it right above the belt. Here's the 3-0 coming. And that is a 4-pitch walk to Jacob Barfield. Bases loaded for Bronson Butcher. base hit's all he needs. Hit a fly ball to center, and he's 0 for 1. Bases loaded and 2 out. Butcher will dig in against Sam Curtis, who will work from the windup with him loaded and 2 out. He kicks. Here's the first pitch to Butcher, and that is on the outside corner for strike 1. Six first pitch strikes through the first 17 hitters for Sam Curtis in the game. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball is taken in the dirt. Not the best for Curtis tonight, but he does have a 2-1 lead, so pitching well enough. They're loaded with 2 out. Butcher's driven in 6, trying to bring the tying run home. Maybe even 2 with Williams out at second base. Here's the 1-1. He pops it up. Shallow right. On comes Jordan Garr. And the inning is over. Stompers leave him loaded. Here in the third, it's 2-1. Napa after 3. Marshall, Jackson, Bethencourt coming up in the top of the 4th.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Nevada. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
social media support is provided by Word Mice.
We're on to the 4th in a 2-1 ball game here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. Jake Marshall leads things off. Bottom third of the order, Marshall, Jackson, and Bethencourt. Nick Barney, 62 pitches, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a hit batter. He'll start off this 4th inning. Fastball at 93, fouled back to the screen. It's 0-1. Barney's just trying to settle things down. A leadoff walk in the 3rd, and then he got a pair of strikeouts and a ground out to throw up his first 0 of the night. Here's his 0-1 to Jackson, and that changeup is swung on and missed. You're throwing fastballs at 93 to 96 and changeups at 84. Especially the left-handed hitters, just diving away. Maybe he'll double up on it here. The 0-2. Breaking ball is high. One ball in, 2 strikes the count. And the catcher, Jake Marshall, he's 0 for 1. He grounded to first. The 1-2 from Barney is high and away. Fastball missed that time, 2-2. Vallejo is up on Salina, 3-0 there. Only through 1 inning, so they're in the top of the 2nd. Here's the 2-2 from Barney's to Marshall. On the outside corner, strikeout number 7. Fastball tailed right to the corner. And Barney, who's averaging 2 strikeouts an inning through the first 3, has one to open the 4th. So here's Jackson, who also struck out against Barney his first time. Left-handed hitter will come to the plate. He's thrown the changeup only to lefties here in this ball game. Does he start Jackson with one? He does not. A fastball at 94. Jackson could not hold the swing. It's 0-1. Jackson just could not believe he didn't hold up the swing. Took a little walk. Now the 0-1 pitch, and Barney misses outside. Almost took the glove off of the hand of Bronson Butcher. Now he's stretching that left shoulder. I mean, that jerked his arm back. Came in at 95. I don't know. I've never caught anybody throwing 95, but if it jerks your arm like that, it's probably not the most comfortable thing. And now Jackson swings through a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-2. Barney's. The curveball's been okay tonight. The changeup good to lefties. What'll he come with on 1-2? Check swing, changeup, pop up down the left field line. It'll land foul. Jackson, a half-hearted swing, only swung halfway through. Got a piece. 1-2 strikes still on Sean Jackson, the center fielder. Barney's with 7 strikeouts through 3 1/3. Waiting for Jackson to dare to step back in. He's out of the windup with nobody on and 1 out. Takes a breath, over the head, lifts a leg. Here's the 1-2, and Jackson bites it off to stay alive. Still 1-2. Barney's a local kid from Simi Valley, played at Simi Valley High School. He was drafted out of high school there. Here he is on 1-2 to Sean Jackson, and that is swung on and missed. 8 strikeouts for Barney's, 2 out here in the 4th. Earlier in the season, we saw a Stomper, VJ Patel, strike out 12. That was tied for the franchise record. Barney's has 8 through 3 2/3, and now Dominic Bethencourt will come up. He walked and scored a run back in the 2nd inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Barney's to open the inning, and he deals a fastball on the outside corner to Bethencourt. That low and away to a right-handed hitter, especially coming in 94, 95. See what he comes with on 0-1. He goes back to the fastball, and Bethencourt swung through a high 96-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-2 the count on Dominic Bethencourt. You elevate here, you think? Here's the 0-2 from Barney's. Breaking ball misses. Almost caught that low and away corner to Bethencourt. Just a little off, says Thompson. Barney still way ahead, 1-2, and he deals. Called strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Barney. He strikes out the side in the 4th. Just a nasty curveball. He sits down Bethencourt. That ends the top half of the inning. 9-1-2 coming up for the Stompers.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Rayson Romero for the Stompers here in the last of the fourth, trailing 2-1. They'll try and get things going against right-hander Sam Curtis, and his first pitch misses high. We've seen a lot of that from Curtis here tonight. Make that 5 walks from the right-hander. Just allowed 3 hits, 1 in each inning. The big one that got a home run to lead off the bottom of the first. Here's his 1-0 to Romero, and that is high and away, 2-0. Romero watched 4 pitches his first time for a walk. Comes in a 172 average for Romero, but a 404 on-base percentage. Here's the 2-0 pitch to him from Sam Curtis, and that is above the letters for ball 3. Marshall trying to pull it down. Thompson not fooled. Curtis thought he had a strike at the top of the zone, and now he'll take a slow walk. Nothing worse than when you're not really pounding the strike zone, as Tito Fuentes Jr. will come out and talk to Curtis. Not a good feeling as a pitcher when you're not around the strike zone as much as you would like to be, and then you throw a pitch that is more or less a strike, and you don't get the call. Just doesn't feel good. Now here comes Thompson to break up the mound visit. What do you think they're talking about? Well, Tito seemed like he was a little bit frustrated with some portion of the umpiring tonight. He talked to Eric Thompson after the last half inning. Probably just telling Curtis, hey, you're going to have to throw something over the plate. You can't nibble right now. Doesn't seem like you're getting those borderline pitches, and the 3-0 is on the outside corner. So whatever Tito said worked. Curtis throws strike 1. It's 3 balls and a strike on Rayson Romero. Here he is on 3-1. Romero takes high, ball 4. So 2 walks for Ray in the ball game, and he'll lead off this bottom of the 4th inning with a walk. Nick Gatta will come to the plate. So the last time Gatta came up after Ray walked on 4 pitches, we were thinking maybe Gatta's going to take. He bangs a hit to left center. So Gatta's sitting on 1 pitch here with Curtis still struggling to find the strike zone. But lucky for him, he has a 2-1 lead thanks to his offense. His first pitch to Nick Gatta. Romero fakes the bunt. Romero fakes the steal, that is. Gatta also squared around but did take outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. Hey, Romero fooled us. Thought he was going to go. Curtis paid a lot of attention to Romero the last time he was on base. He has stolen 7. Here's the 1-0. Gatta takes on the inside corner, letter high. 1-1 the count. Stompers trying to manufacture something here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing 2-1. Bad men on base just have failed to get anybody home. Curtis's 1-1 pitch. Oh, look out. High and tight on Gatta. 2 balls, 1 strike. Stompers through 3 innings have left 7 men already on base, including the bases loaded back in the 3rd. Romero leads from first. The 2-1 pitch from Sam Curtis. That's probably the biggest swing we've seen out of Gata all year. Fouls it back to the netting. Gata trying to take his former team deep for the 2nd time in the game. Now we'll have to shorten up with 2 strikes. Well, the man at first, nobody out. Curtis toes from the first base side of the rubber. Now the right-hander is set. Romero with a good lead, a spin and a throw over, and not in time. Dondre Hubbard lurks on deck. Always a power threat. Not much success over the last 4 days for him, though. The 2-2 coming from Sam Curtis, and Gata waves on a changeup. Way out in front. So Gata's retired for the first time tonight. 1 out, here's Dondre Hubbard. Hubbard is 0 for 2. He's 0 for his last 8. Longest stretch that Hubbard has been hitless this year. Struck out his last time against Curtis. Only 1 of 3 strikeouts that Curtis has in the ballgame. Throw over to first, and Romero, who was only about a half a step off the bag, just not anticipating it, scrambles back to the bag safely. Throw over again. Curtis, every time that Romero has been on base, there have been other Stompers on base, but he hasn't paid much attention to anybody else. Now a 3rd throw over, and Hubbard has probably stood in the batter's box for a combined 7 seconds since being introduced. Just waiting for the first pitch from Curtis. Here it comes after 3 throwovers, and Hubbard pops it way up. Shallow center. Out goes Connors, the second baseman. He's calling for it, and he'll make the catch. 2 out, and Chris Quitzer's coming up. Quitzer's been on base once with a walk. He's 0 for 1. Leadoff walk for Romero. Strikeout pop-up. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Stompers trailing it 2-1. We saw Quitzer leave the yard on Sunday to straightaway right. He has 5 on the year, and Curtis misses outside for ball 1. They're straight away on Quitzer. 1-0 pitch coming. Here it is, and he takes very high. 2 balls in, no strikes to count. Quitzer in a good spot here. Quitzer's able to hit a gap. You may see them test the arms in the outfield with the speed of Romero at first. Montelongo's holding him on. Throw over. Late. 4th time this inning that Curtis has thrown over in the last 2 batters. Here he comes on 2-0 to Quitzer, the pitch. That's popped up on the infield. Left side of the infield. Bethencourt halfway down the 3rd baseline. He drops it, and Montelongo catches it. Aren't you kidding me? Montelongo coming over. He makes the catch. And that's a 5-3 pop out maybe?
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art.
Bethencourt dropped it. Montelongo's there to pick him up. So we're through 4. Stompers trail 2-1.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Nevada. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
Nick Barnese will face the top of the Napa lineup here in the fifth. Silverados still up 2-1. The top of the lineup, specifically Willie Salas, has done all the damage, a home run and an RBI single. After Barney struck out the side in the fourth, his first pitch to Willie Salas, a breaking ball that misses off the plate for ball one. In the middle third of this one, Barney's his 1-0 pitch, and that fastball skips in. It catches a piece of butcher 3 different times. 2 balls and no strikes. Every other inning, it seems, Barney's has been sharp, and then less so. After striking out the side in the fourth, on 15 pitches, he's fallen behind Salas. 2 balls and no strikes. Is really giving Bronson Butcher a minute to recuperate. Thompson leans down, asks him if he's okay. Says he is. Now relays the sign to Barnese. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and Salas takes inside. 3-0 the count, and Barnese in danger of walking his fourth. And with the pitch count now at exactly 80, trying to limit the pitches here in the fifth inning, and he delivers strike one to Salas. 3-1 the count. Barney's trying to work with a little bit of a quicker pace. Here's his 3-1 pitch, and that is inside. Fourth walk issued by Barnese. Coming in against Napa with a 2-0 record, Barnese had only walked 1 in 12 innings. He's walked 4 here tonight in 4 innings. We have nobody out here in the top of the fifth, and Dakota Connors will come up. Connors 0 for 2, both strikeouts against Barnese with Salas at first base. There's the first pitch, and Connors squares around and bunts it up the first baseline and foul, and that pitch was high and in on Connors. A little bit of extra added pressure here, facing a guy for the third time and knowing that you've struck out twice. Connors just trying to lay down a bunt to try and get Salas into scoring position. He laid it down, foul, 0-1 the count. Salas, who already has a stolen base in the game, leads from first, nobody out. Barnese is 0-1 pitch, and Connors bunts it right out in front of the plate. Butcher will pick it up with the bare hand. The throw to first is in time to get him. Sack bunt for Connors. Moves Salas into scoring position, and that'll bring up Montalongo. Montalongo with a strikeout and a walk. And Barnese with 9 strikeouts in the game. Good time for another one here with a man at second and just 1 out. Montalongo hitting at 285. They'll put the overshift on him. 3 men on the left side of the infield, so Gillespie's all alone over at first. Barney's his first pitch, and Montalongo takes a breaking ball outside and low. Gillespie, a couple of extra steps off of first base. He can't get too far away. One ball and no strikes to count. Barney's set now, a spin and a throw back to second, and Barney slips on the mound. The pick off was toward the second base side of the bag, and lucky it didn't go into center, but Barney's slips on the mound and falls to his backside. He gives Aaron Thompson the thumbs up. We saw Marshall Schill slip earlier this year in Vallejo on a pitch, not a pickoff, but the pitch was delivered right down the middle for a strike. 1-0 the count with Salas leading from second. Here's the pitch from Montalongo, and he takes high. 2 balls and no strikes. Barney's, who's unbeaten this year, has a man at second and 1 out. He's fallen behind Montalongo 2-0, who's hit 10 home runs and has driven in 34. Right-hander's 2-0 pitch, and Montalongo takes outside. And after falling behind Montalongo 3-0, but the power that he possesses, not really the worst thing in the world if you walk him here. You have a base open. Nico Tony on deck. Though he is the cleanup man, he's 0 for 1. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's on the corner for strike 1. Montalongo tossed the bat. He was halfway down the baseline. Umpires don't like that. There's a human element, and you don't like to say it, but if anything's close to the corner from Barney's here, it's probably going to be a strike. In a 3-1 count to Josh Montalongo with Salas at second, the overshift on. Here's the 3-1, and that's yanked down the left field line, hooking foul. 3-2 the count. Montalongo, a good high ball hitter. But on 3-2 with the base open, you think he may elevate here. Get it up above the hands. If he chases it, great. If he doesn't, let him go to first. You just got to make sure you get it up there. You try and get it up and leave it over the letters, Montalongo will make you pay. 3-2, Barney stares in. He's at the belt. The payoff pitch coming. Fastball fouled out of play. Three and 2 pitch coming again from Barney's. Salas leads from second. Barney steps off. He wants Butcher to go through the signs one more time. Barney's maybe shooting for a corner on 3-2. Montalongo pops it way up. Quitzer at third, now into foul territory. Still on the grass, takes a step on the dirt near the third base coach's box, and he'll make the catch for the second out. Montalongo, who thought he had walked in that at bat. Number one reason why those umpires don't like it when you toss the bat like that, especially on a close pitch, tells them that you think you know the strike zone better than they do, when really their only job is to tell you what's a strike and what's not. If we had no umpires, well, it'd almost be like anarchy. You ever played a one-on-one basketball game and you called a foul on somebody and they thought that it wasn't? The first pitch hits Nico Tony. There would just be absolutely no order in the game whatsoever. Be a free-for-all. You can call anything you wanted a strike. So that's why umpires get so angry. Really, I think is the good word for it. They don't like being shown up. First pitch hits Tony. That puts men at first and second. With 2 out, Jordan Garr will come up. Still, the only two base runners in the inning. Free passes, a walk to Salas, and Tony hit by a pitch. Second man that Barney has hit in the game. 6 free passes allowed, 4 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. Barney's first pitch to Jordan Garza, fastball at 92 on the corner, strike 1. That may be the lowest velocity fastball that Barney's has thrown tonight. Laboring here a little bit in the 5th. We've seen him at 94 to 96 tonight. He has first and second. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, check swing. He did not go. 1-1 the count. 2 on, 2 out. 2-1 game in the 5th. Stompers trail. Jordan Gar, who was hit in the first inning, and then he was called out on strikes in the 3rd, so he's 0 for 1. Driven in 26 this year. Barney's trying to escape the 5th unscathed. He looks to second. Now rocks. Here's the 1-1, and Gar chases a devastating curveball. Started belt high and just kept cutting and running, and almost like the ball was afraid of the bat there for a second. Barney's has thrown 2 in a row. He could really go with anything here. If you throw him a third one, you may get Gar to chase again. You could always elevate that mid-90s fastball. Here it is on 1 and 2. Both runners go, and that is a ball, but the throw goes down to third, and they got him. Willie Salas cut down at third by Bronson Butcher. Butcher throws out the wimpy base stealer to end the top of the 5th. So we're halfway home in this one. Stompers trail at 2-1. Brett Gillespie leads things off middle third of the order when we come back.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Nevada. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Brett Gillespie leads us off as we enter the second half of the ball game. Bottom of the 5th, Stompers trail at 2-1. Gillespie, Williams, DeAngelis 4-5-6 against Sam Curtis, who deals high and away for ball 1. One more game going on in the league. The Vallejo Admirals hosting the Salina Stockade. The Admirals lead that one 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Gillespie, he's flied to right and walked so far. He's 0 for 1, and he tanks low. Last time he was at the plate, just looked uncomfortable. Couple of changeups and curveballs in that at bat, and Gillespie just didn't really want any part of Curtis, and now the 2-0 is grooved in for strike 1. That pitch number 85 for Curtis. Barney's through 5 innings at 96. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Changeups in the dirt. 3-1 from Curtis, and that is high and in. Gillespie works a walk. His second of the game, and he opens the bottom of the fifth. Here's Miles Williams. So Williams, he must have hurt us when he came up his first time, talking about how he was hitting 167 over the last 7 games. He has a walk and a base hit tonight in 2 appearances. Here's Curtis's first pitch to Williams. Breaking ball, he swung over the top of it. That's really been the best pitch that Curtis has had tonight, especially against right-handed hitters. The fastball's been 50-50, really hit or miss from Curtis. The changeup has worked really well to lefties when he gets ahead in the count, as has the curveball to righties when he's ahead in the count, and the 0-1 is right on that outside corner. Marshall did a good job keeping it on the black, and the count is 0-2. Williams, who has reached in 17 straight, finds himself behind 0-2 with Gillespie at first. Here's the pitch from Curtis, and that is inside. It skips away from Marshall over near the on-deck circle on the third base side. Gillespie goes up to second on a wild pitch. Now the Stompers still looking for their first hit, with men in scoring position tonight. First time they didn't record a hit was in the 4th inning. Got a walk in that inning. Got a hit in each of the first 3. 0 for 4 with men in scoring position tonight. Williams trying to change that in the 1-2 count. Montalongo is way off the bag at first and even with the baseline. Interesting positioning for Montalongo. With Williams at the plate, Curtis looks to second. Now the 1-2 pitch. This is outside with a fastball 2-2. You think maybe if there were less than 2 strikes and Williams were going to lay down a bunt, which he probably wouldn't anyway, but that's where you would expect Montalongo to be positioned for. But on a 2-2 count, Williams does have opposite field power. 5 of his 7 home runs have come the other way. On 2-2 with Gillespie leading from second, here's the pitch from Curtis, and that fastball is on the corner for strike 3. Williams knew it. He's the 4th strikeout victim for Curtis tonight. And now it's up to Rob DeAngelis, who's celebrating his 25th birthday. Boy, Rob would like to change things around here in the middle part of the game. He's 0 for 2. Both at bats with the men in scoring position. Parents flew out here from Staten Island this morning to see him play on his birthday. Trying to deliver. A hit could possibly tie the game. I don't want to ensure that it would with Gillespie at second, who, well, he's not fast. He would not be disappointed with that description of his speed either. First pitch to DeAngelis from Curtis. Here it comes, and he takes inside a fastball off the plate. 1 ball and no strike. So Curtis, who arguably hasn't had his best stuff tonight, but he holds a 2-1 lead. He stranded 8 Stompers through the first 4 innings. They've had opportunities, just the only time they were able to capitalize was the got a home run in the first. 2-1 game halfway through. 1-0 the count. Man at second, 1 out. Curtis delivers to DeAngelis, and he takes low. It skips through the legs of Marshall, and that allows Gillespie to go to third. 2 wild pitches allow Brent to move up 90 feet away as the tying run. Now Marshall will go out and talk to his starter, Sam Curtis. The count is 2-0 on DeAngelis. He can sit on just 1 pitch here. Marshall goes out. He'll talk to Curtis. Rob this year hitting .267, a home run, and 16 runs batted in with men in scoring position here in this 2019 campaign. Walks have not been limited tonight from Curtis. 7 of them. He's just going to try and get back into the count of Rob DeAngelis here. 2 balls and no strikes. Rob turns around and asks Eric Thompson, is it 3-0? He said, yeah, no chance. Here's the 2-0. Now it's 3-0. DeAngelis turns around and says, hey, I can predict the future maybe. It's 3 balls and no strikes now. Rob probably not looking to walk, though, on this 3-0. Looking for something right in his wheelhouse. And now they're just going to intentionally walk him. DeAngelis, who is 0 for 2, gets the intentional pass. That brings up Jacob Barfield, who is 0 for 1. He struck out and he's walked. Barfield, the DH here in the ballgame tonight. Barfield, who wasn't playing the best third base, but his bat, you just cannot leave it out of the lineup. They put him at third, they put him at first, they put him in left. And with DeAngelis in left and Quintzer at third and Gillespie now at first, Barfield has found a home as the DH on this team. So the intentional walk sets up a potential double play. Here's Curtis's first pitch to Barfield, and that is way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Barfield with the tweeners is what he calls them. He doesn't have his pants all the way down to hide the socks, and he doesn't have them all the way up to show the socks. It's just kind of in between. He has the stirrups on underneath. That's a really 80s look, isn't it? The 1-0 from Curtis, and Barfield takes high and away. Where you can see the stirrups underneath, but they're tight pants. Barfield has a new look every day. If it has hits in it, he'll do it. That's what he says. The walk-up song changes frequently for Barfield, too, because the other one didn't have any hits in it. Does this one on a 2-0 count. Swings through the fastball, 2-1. He's open, looking for his first hit of the ball game. Stompers have 3. Gata has 2 of them. Gillespie opening with a walk. 2 wild pitches put him at third. Williams struck out. DeAngelis got the intentional pass. Now a spin and a throw over to first is late. Two balls and a strike with runners at the corners and 1 out. Barfield trying to tie us in the last of the 5th. Curtis on 2 balls and a strike. The pitch outside, 3-1. Well, that looked like the pitch that Williams was rung up on earlier in the inning. Of course, with 2 strikes, they say the zone expands. That's one thing about the strike zone and the human element that I think everybody can agree on. With the automated umpire conversation, the strike zone, should it grow with 2 strikes? Probably a no. Here's the 3-1. DeAngelis goes, and the pitch is outside, ball 4. Curtis has walked, the bases loaded. Of course, they're doing the automated umpires in the Atlantic League, testing it out for Major League Baseball. The strike zone, I think, less of a concern than the other new rules, as Fuentes will come out again. And those other rules, stepping off the rubber before you throw to a base, if you're a pitcher. The 2, let me see, how should I put this? You get 1 attempt with 2 strikes to bunt. So right now the rule is if you bunt with 2 strikes and it's foul, you're out. In the Atlantic League, they're giving you 2 tries with 2 strikes. So if you bunt it foul on the first try, it's just you're still whatever count it is with 2 strikes. You're not out. The second one, then you're out. The other one is stealing first base. That's everybody's favorite, right? Wild pitch at any count, or anything that is, the definition is, anything that is not caught in the air by the catcher, regardless of the count, the base runner is allowed to steal first base. Pitching. Oh, boy. The mound visit's over. The bases are loaded. I think the automated umpire out of those 4 is the least of everybody's concerns with the rule changes in baseball. But as Butcher stands in with the bases loaded and 1 out, he'll try and knock in the tying run here in the 5th. Curtis working out of the windup, his first pitch, and Butcher tanks low. 3 walks in the inning and a strikeout. The bases are loaded for the Stompers. Butcher, who is 0 for 2, just trying to tie this thing up and looking for his 7th run batted in of the season. Curtis on 1-0, and Butcher takes in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Gillespie, DeAngelis, Barfield around the bases with 1 out. Curtis with a long stare in. Now works from the windup. Here's the 2-0, and Butcher chases what would have been ball 3. The count is 2-1. Fastball low and away. Butcher trying to stay within here. Hardest part in this situation is the guy's not throwing a lot of strikes. You want to get one, and then you expand a little bit. Seems like that's what Butcher did there. Here comes the 2-1 pitch, and the breaking ball misses inside. 3 balls and a strike on Bronson Butcher. Rayson Romero's on deck. 9 walks for Sam Curtis. He's behind Butcher 3-1, nowhere to put him. Tying run at third. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and Butcher fouls it off, and the count is full. So Butcher has swung at ball 4 twice. The first one a fastball low and away, that one a fastball high and away, and now he's put himself in the pinch in a 3-2 count. Marshall relays the sign. Curtis agrees. He starts the motion. Now home with a 3-2, and Butcher punches it on the ground to second. Connors to second for 1. Salas to first, and a 4-6-3 double play gets Napa out of a huge threat in the 5th. No runs, no hits, 2 left. 2-1 Napa. We go to the 6th.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Novato. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
Nick Barney back out for the top of the 6th inning on 96 pitches, his 97th. Is a breaking ball that misses low and away to Jordan Garr. Garr was at the plate last inning when Willie Salas was thrown out trying to steal third base. Here's the 1-0, and that's high and away. So Barney's trying to get through 6. And hoping that his offense can come to life in the bottom half and put him in line for another win this year, especially against Napa, in which he's 2-0, and that pitch is flying into the air. Out towards second base, got it with his heels on the grass. Makes the catch. 1 out, here's Nick Olch. Olch in the ball game 0 for 2. He flied to left and grounded to second. So this pitch will be number 100 from Nick Barney's. Here it comes. A fastball at 93, fouled back to the screen. So 100 pitches into the game. Barney's still throwing 90s. Didn't expect anything less, especially in the first inning when he was up 96-97 once. Here's his 0-1 to the left-handed hitting Olch, and he chases a changeup in the dirt. No balls in 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. We're only in the top of the 6th inning. Barney saw nothing in 2. And Olch pulls that curveball down the right field line. It was well hit, but well foul. They're in the bottom of the 4th in Vallejo. Admiral is up 3-0 over the stockade of Salina. Ethan Gibbons warming up in the Stomper bullpen, and a right-hander's up for Napa as well. Devontae Glenn up for the Silverados. Here's Barney on 0-2 to Olch. He swings and misses. He chases a fastball at 94. Strikeout number 10 for Barney's, 2 out here in the 6th. Barney's just been blowing fastballs by everybody. The only man able to catch up to it was Salas to lead off the game. Here's Jake Marshall. He's 0 for 2. He's one of the strikeout victims in the ball game, and Barney's first pitch is outside. In fact, every Silverado has struck out against Barney's except for Salas. And when you have 10, that's going to happen. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Marshall takes on the inside corner. Barney's just chipping on the corners there in the 6th. 2 quick outs for him. Well, if he gets another quick one here, he maybe we'll go out for the 7th. Just maybe. Here's the 1-1, and Marshall flares the curveball down the left field line and foul. This will be pinch 107. So that is a hard maybe from Barney's. I think maybe a little different if he were in the lead in this one. Here's the 107th pitch, and Marshall is the 11th strikeout of the ball game for Barney's. 1 shy of the franchise record. You bet he'll be advocating to go back out for the 7th. Stompers in the bottom of the 6th will have Romero, Gata, and Hubbard, 9, 1, and 2.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
We're on to the bottom of the 6th inning. New pitcher has come on for Napa. It'll be right-hander Devontae Glenn. The 6'4" right-hander from Union, South Carolina will come in relief of Sam Curtis. Glenn, this will be the 12th game in which he's appeared, a 1.35 ERA. He's allowed just 2 earned runs in 13 and a third with 9 strikeouts and 5 walks. So he will be tasked with keeping this a 1-run game, facing the 9-1-2 spots for the Stompers here in the 6th. So Curtis, 5 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 9 walks, and 4 strikeouts. He throws 107 pitches. Though the pitch count was high and he'd walk a lot of guys, he stranded 10 Stompers through the first 5 innings. The Stompers 0 for 6 with men in scoring position in the game. And that's really been the story. They've had an opportunity every inning. Left the bases loaded in the 3rd. Missed opportunities have come and gone. Romero will lead things off against Glenn, the tall, lanky right-hander. Last year in 29 games, a 6 ERA. This year, completely different. In 11 games, a 1.35. Romero in the game is 2 walks. Glenn will work out of the windup in a 2-1 Napa lead. Here's his first pitch to Racing Romero, and that is on the inside corner for strike 1. Starting the week off at home here tonight, and then an off day tomorrow. The rare middle of the week off day. Here's the 0-1. The breaking ball is high. Then we're home Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Come out to the ballpark Thursday, first responder night against the Stockade. Friday will be health and wellness night against the Vallejo Admirals, and Saturday, Italian Heritage Night against the Stockade again. And that tailing fastball is high on Romero. 3 days in a row to end the promotional calendar in July. We go to San Rafael on Sunday. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Romero swings through the fastball. It's 2-2. Romero, who has not been retired yet in the game, trying to get on for Gata here in the 6th. Glenn with a long look now. Can't decide what he wants. Now he does the 2-2. Romero fouls it back to the screen. So Ethan Gibbons in the bullpen, and no really certain decision, at least in our minds up here, if Barney will go back out. He does have 107 pitches and 11 strikeouts, and it's just a 1-run game. One shy of the franchise record in which Patel tied earlier this year. Here's the 2-2 to Romero. Hits it in the air down the right field line. Long run, Montalonga going out. Gar coming in, crossing into foul territory. He dives, and he can't make the catch. So this part of the season, we're not in the first, second, or third start for these guys anymore. This is the 8th start for Barney. And you know that he wants to go stretched out, and he'll throw 120, 130 pitches, thinking maybe he'll come back out, and if he gives up a base runner, then you make the move to the bullpen. But you know Barnese wants a shot at that strikeout record, if he even knows. Some of the guys don't even know. No clue. I'm just dealing tonight. That's about it. Feeling good. Throwing 96. That's all. Still 2-2 on Romero. Glenn lifts the leg and fires. Romero takes on the outside corner, strike 3. And from what we've seen tonight, it's been a strike all night. Whether it's a strike as indicated by the strike zone, that is yet to be debated. But it's been a strike tonight. So what do you say? Gata will come up, nobody on, 1 out. Gata's 2 for 3, a home run and a single. Some nights you just have to stick the bat out there, hope that it touches the ball, and fight to see another pitch. Gata, the only time he was retired was a strikeout in the 4th. First pitch from Glenn, that skips in. Well, we just saw Barnese come out of the dugout and walk down toward the bullpen. He didn't have a hat on, but he didn't have the sweatshirt on yet. A lot of questions that will be answered within the next few minutes. Glenn's 1-0 pitch to Nick Gata. Very high, ball 2. San Rafael with an off night tonight. Vallejo hosts Salinas, so the Stompers trying to pick up a half a game. Lead the Pacific Association by 4 games coming into today. Now here's Glenn's 2-0 pitch to Gata. Tie again, ball 3. Gata, who leads the league with 49 walks, looking for his 50th. He'll take it. The Stompers just needing a man on base here in the 6th. Haven't recorded a hit in the last 2 innings. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Glenn. Gata takes a 4-pitch walk. That one was upstairs. So his league-leading 50th walk in game number 38. Pretty good ratio, yeah? Here's Hubbard. Boy, does Hubbard need a hit. I mean, badly. Not only just to get the Stompers rolling here in the 6th. He is 0 for his last 9. He'll bat with Gata at first. The man who came in leading the league and average, the Triple Crown, average home runs, RBIs. Glenn out of the stretch for the first time. His first pitch to Dondre Hubbard. Breaking ball is inside for ball 1. Hubbard with plenty of power. Stands in ahead in the count, 1-0. Got at first. He can run. Glenn's 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Hubbard off the handle of the bat, flares it out to second, and Connors with his heels on the grass makes the catch, and Hubbard is 0 for 4. Here's Quitzer. He's walked in the ball game and grounded out and popped out, so he's 0 for 2. Just trying to extend this 6th inning. The Silverados have taken 2 from the Stompers. That was last week. 1 here, 1 there. Well, the Stompers are tired of that. I promise. Glenn's first pitch to Chris Quitzer after a very long pause is outside with a fastball. 7-3 the record against Napa this year overall. 3-1 here. Gata's at first, and this may be a situation where we see him go. He's stolen 6 on the year. Trying to get a man into scoring position and a quick throw over. Lazy throw from Glenn, and Gata just falls back to the bag, really. Got to get somebody into scoring position. They had bases loaded in the 5th inning, and a 4-6-3 double play ended that threat. Here's the 1-0. Very high to Quitzer. They've had somebody on every inning. Every inning. Stranded 10 to this point. One swing of the bat could change things. Two balls, no strikes. Quitzer way ahead. Glenn delivers. And that's smashed, and it knocks Glenn off of his feet. Into center field. Quitzer has a base hit, and he almost took Glenn's head with it. I don't think it got him. Not even really close. I mean, it was close, but probably missed him by a foot, if that. But Glenn, my goodness. He is shaken. That's probably the hardest ball that Quitzer has hit all year. It knocked Glenn straight to the ground. Didn't hit him. About a foot, maybe. Holy cow. Quitzer has a 2-out single. Glenn is back onto his feet, and my goodness. Glenn will continue to pitch here in the city. He didn't get hit. Just scared the life out of him. Gillespie will be the hitter with 2 on and 2 out, and now with Glenn rattled a little bit, Gillespie thinking he might get a pitch to drive in a run here. In a 2-1 game, we're in the last of the 6th. Quitzer with his first hit of the night, and my goodness. Glenn almost lost his dough. Gillespie, 0 for 1. He's walked twice. He's driven in 12 on the season. He has good speed with Gata at second and Quitzer at first. Gibbons still in the Stomper bullpen. We're waiting to see if he'll come on in the 7th or if it will be Barney's to at least open the 7th inning. Glenn looks out to second. Gata with a big lead. Very long pause. Now the first pitch to Gillespie, and that is outside. So it's either going to take a while for Glenn to really get back into a groove and throw a strike, or he's going to leave one over the middle, and Gillespie will make him pay. Unless he's some kind of superhuman, and after almost being hit in the head, it's a forgotten memory. That was close. Gillespie rests the bat on the shoulder, and Glenn taking some time on this 1-0. Here it comes. Gillespie flies it down the left field line into foul territory. Bethencourt over near the sidewall, and he'll run out of real estate. 1 ball in, 1 strike the count, and Gillespie has another life. Got a pitch he could handle. Could not square it up. The count is 1-1, and the Stompers looking for a 2-out hit. And a hit from Gillespie here would likely mean the tying run would score. Got a walked. Quitzer singled. Gillespie looking for his first hit of the night. Stompers with just 4 in the game. On the other side, Napa just with 2. Only 6 total hits in the ballgame tonight. And what's really been the tightest pitchers duel we've had all year. Glenn stares out at second. Now the 1-1. Gotta goes, and Gillespie flares it into short center field. Back goes Salas. On comes Olch. Salas, and Olch cannot catch it. That falls. It's an RBI single for Brent Gillespie. We're tying it 2. That was going to be a tough play no matter what. Salas, the shortstop, going out, had to run about 40 feet to try and get there into left center field. Olch came on, and he just didn't have a good read off the bat, and the two converged and came together. The ball was hidden there for a second. Thought maybe one of them came up with it, and neither did. Gillespie has his 13th RBI on a single, and the Stompers have their first hit with a man in scoring position. And now Miles Williams looks to give him the lead. Williams is 1 for 2 with a base hit. Stompers at the corners in a 2-2 game in the 6th. Glenn at the belt. Here's the first pitch. Williams takes inside a little. That gets past Marshall. Quitzer will score. Stompers lead 3-2. Wild pitch from Devontae Glenn. Quitzer scores easily. Now with a lead, we may even see Barney's come back out, and the decision might be a little easier to do that now. Or you hand it off to the bullpen and say, here, you guys go get 9 outs. And a bullpen that's ERA in the month of July is at 3.76. Gillespie is at second. 2 out. Both runs scoring with 2 out here in the 6th. And the Stompers trying to get rid of the bad taste after losing 2 to Napa last week. Williams trying to add on. The 1-0. Williams tops it foul up third. Glenn in a 1-1 count. We haven't seen anything but fastballs from Glenn here this inning, really. After almost being hit by the comebacker, maybe even still rattled a bit. We saw that first pitch to Williams that got by Marshall. way inside, skipped past. And then after that, the 1-0. It was a juicy one to Williams. You just missed it. Glenn looks to second, where Gillespie leads now the 1-1. Oh, that curveball stays high and tight. Williams kind of flinched as he was going to get out of the way of it. It broke enough to miss him. But it never fails to cross your mind that you might get plunked. 2 balls and a strike. Stompers just one hit with men in scoring position. The Gillespie flare single that scored the tying run. Now Glenn on 2 balls and 1 strike the pitch. And Williams hits it in the air to left. Not that deep. Olch coming in and toward the line. He'll reach up and he makes the catch. So the inning is over. The Stompers score 2 times. A Gillespie 2-out flare single to center. He drives in his 13th. And then Chris Quitzer scores on a wild pitch. And the Stompers take a 3-2 lead. We'll go to the 7th. Will it be Barney's? Or will it...
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Word Mice.
Ethan Gibbons will come on out of the bullpen for the Stompers here in the 7th. He'll face the 8-9-1 spots. Sean Jackson, Dominic Bethencourt, and Willie Salas. Gibbons. First out of the pen here tonight for Zach Pace. First pitch is inside for ball 1. So Nick Barney, 6 innings, 2 runs, 2 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Gibbons on the year 2-2. 8.39 ERA, 30 strikeouts, 17 walks in 27 2/3. Jackson fouls the 1-0 back to the screen. So for Gibbons, who's allowed 23 runs in those 24 2/3, hasn't allowed an earned run over his last 5 appearances. Last one allowed on July 6th. So here's his 1-1 to Jackson, and that's on the inside corner with a fastball for strike 2. The 5'10 right-hander from Sassoon City. You'll see 3 pitches out of him, the fastball, curveball, and a changeup. Just trying to find it after being moved to the bullpen on 1 and 2. Changeup called strike 3 on the inside corner. Front door to Jackson, and that was just nasty. Started at the hip, and the tailing action right over the inside part of the plate. Napa has struck out 12 times, and we have 1 out here in the 7th. So, Marshall Schill loosening up, and that leads us to believe that he'll have the 8th. Here's Dominic Bethencourt with Ryan Richardson, the closer. Of course, waiting on the 9th. Here's the first pitch to Bethencourt, and on the outside corner with a fastball comes Gibbons for strike 1. Get ahead, stay ahead. That's what Vallejo's doing. They're up 4-0 on Napa in the bottom of the fifth. And Gibbons trying to stay ahead. Here's the 0-1. A little bit outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a poor taste. After 2 losses last week, 1 here. Sean Johnson just absolutely shoved against the Stompers. The Silverados won that game 7-2. And Bethencourt's tardy on a good fastball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And then the game on Saturday afternoon, late runs for Napa. In fact, 3 unearned in the 8th inning to give them a 7-5 win. That one stung more than the others. 1-2 the count. Gibbons from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bethencourt, and that swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gibbons, and the last 4 Napa hitters have struck out. Napa, the last time they had a base runner was Nico Tony's 2-out hit by pitch in the 5th inning. Back to the top of the lineup for Salas. He's reached all 3 times. 2 for 2, a home run, an RBI single, and a walk. Gibbons, his first pitch. Salas squares around, pulls back, and takes upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Gibbons looking for a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Salas pops it foul, 1-1. Nobody on and 2 out, and a 3-2 Stomper lead in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-1 pitch from Gibbons. He misses outside with a fastball. A little bit of cut action on that fastball. It ran away from Salas there for the last 4 or 5 inches or so. Started on the outside corner, and Gibbons just a little bit of cut to it. So here's his 2-1. Salas pokes a fastball in the air to right. Williams is there, and Ethan Gibbons has a 1-2-3 7th out of the bullpen. Stretch time here at Palooza Park at Arnold Field. It'll be DeAngelis, Barfield, and Butcher. Stompers lead at 3-2.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Nevada. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
New pitcher for Napa in the last of the 7th is going to be right-hander Andrew Fernandez. Coming into his 15th appearance with a 3.37 ERA. The crafty right-hander, the low three corners sidearm release. He's allowed just 9 earned runs in 24 innings, 28 strikeouts to 15 walks. He'll face DeAngelis, who has walked on his birthday, but he is 0 for 2. So he'd enjoy a hit here as he turns 25. I don't know what time he was born, so we're just assuming he's already 25. The first pitch from Fernandez is a tailing fastball outside. Stompers trying to cling to this 1-run lead. And now Schill has sat down, and fireball right-hander Connor Liedholm has gotten up, and DeAngelis fouls it out of play 1-1. Liedholm, the only other Stomper that we've seen touch 97 this year. He and Barney's today. Liedholm on a warm Sunday afternoon a couple of weeks ago. Here's the 1-1, and DeAngelis swings through the slider. Rob behind 1-2. Fernandez out of the stretch. The pitch. Fouled off at the plate. Stompers, of course, the middle of the week off day tomorrow. And then a bunch of promotions to end the week. You won't want to miss it. Thursday the 25th. First responder night against the Stockade. Friday the 26th. Health and wellness night. That's against the Admirals. DeAngelis tops it at the plate to stay alive. And then the 27th this Saturday night against the Stockade. Again, Italian Heritage Night. All 3 of those games at 6:05. And you need to get your tickets now because, boy, are they running out. Stomper tickets a hot commodity here in the town of Sonoma. The count is 1-2, and of course we're on the road Sunday in San Rafael. That game at 1 o'clock. Here's the 1-2 from Fernandez, and he misses low. Hey, Rob got the intentional walk. Okay, I've been on base on my birthday, but not satisfied. He'd like to add on to this lead even. Here in the home half of the 7th inning, the 2-2 pitch is topped on the ground up the middle softly. Salas will field. The can't find the handle. E6 on Willie Salas. The error by the shortstop. You don't really see that out of Salas much at all. He does lead the league in average. He gets the error there. It was going to be a quick play. It's going to be a tough play for Salas. It was not hit all that hard. Salas charging, having to really field and bring the hands up into a throwing motion all at once. It gets the best of him. He's charged with the error. That's the first error in the ballgame. We've had a quick, I don't want to really say quick. It hasn't been that quick. But a clean game. DeAngelis goes. Barfield squares around and takes a called strike. And DeAngelis is into second base with a stolen base. And for Rob, that's his 9th of the season. So DeAngelis steals second. The count is 0-1. You don't see a lot of errors out of Napa. Play good defense. And now Barfield has a runner at second, and with a base hit he could add on. In the 7th, Fernandez on 0-1. The pitch is low and away. Barfield's been on base twice, both by way of the walk. Stompers took the lead last inning on 2 hits. The big one, the Gillespie RBI single to center. Now Barfield squares around and bunts it foul up third. One and two, and now Barfield just trying to move DeAngelis over to third with nobody out. Stompers have been hit and miss with situational baseball this year. Some nights it's get them on, get them over, get them in, and they do it all night, and they put up 12 runs. Nights like tonight where you're 1 for 8 with men in scoring position, those extra 90 feet, like here, if Barfield can just get DeAngelis to third base, those mean the world. And now an inside move towards second, and the throw gets away from Connors, but not that far. They had DeAngelis picked off. Fernandez lifted the leg. DeAngelis took 3 hard steps toward third. Fuentes said, "Oh my goodness," and almost too good to be true. The throw was not on target by any means. Connors dropped it anyway. Still 1-2. Here's the pitch. Barfield flares it out of play down the right field line. It'll be lead home in inning number 8. Connor Leadholm, who has made 7 appearances this month, 8 2/3, and he is not allowed an earned run. Now it's Barfield in a 1-2 count. DeAngelis is at second with nobody out, and the Stompers lead 3-2 in the 7th, and Eric Thompson calls time. He dashed out from behind home plate, actually. Barfield, who had time granted, stands back in, trying to move him over. The 1-2 from Fernandez in his first inning of relief out of the bullpen. Here it comes, and Barfield takes a slider low and away. Bottom part of the lineup trying to get things rolling. It's Butcher on deck and then Romero to follow. Fernandez really taking a while here with Marshall now trying to decide. Now the 2-2, and Barfield stays alive, fighting it out of play. Barfield, he gave his bat a little bit of a kiss. You see that? If you're watching, he reached down, kissed the bat. He does it after every round of batting practice. I've never seen him do it a game. Very Yasiel Puig-esque, if you ask me. Barfield starts licking it, then we have other problems. Fernandez on 2 balls and 2 strikes. He looks to second 3 times, and now Fernandez delivers the pitch anyway. That's what they tell you to do. You just don't hold up, because there's a higher risk of injury if you do that. If you've already started your motion and they call time, throw the pitch. They tell you that all the time. So you kids watching at home, they call time, throw the pitch. Doesn't have to be 100%. Just get rid of it. Holding up your arm never leads to anything good. So the count is still 2-2. Here's the pitch from Fernandez, and Barfield pops it up and out of play. Barfield saw 9 pitches in a strikeout against Curtis earlier in the game. He'll see at least 8 here against Fernandez. Throw the pitch. Still nobody out. It's the answer to everything, isn't it? The 2-2. Barfield rolls it foul up third. There will be a 9th pitch. Longest at bat of the night for either side belongs to Barfield twice. Stompers cannot capitalize on the early walks against Curtis. He walked 9. Only got 1 run off of the starter. The lead came off Devontae Glenn. Fernandez, the 9th pitch of the AB coming, here it is, and Barfield spoils it again. This is one heck of a professional at bat out of Jacob Barfield. Fernandez, the sidearm right-hander, one of the toughest guys you'll face as a right-handed batter in the league, given the arm angle, the velocity, the movement on everything. Nothing is straight from Fernandez. He and Marshall Schill, the only 2 guys from down there that really are uber effective. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 10th pitch from Fernandez. Instead, he spins and looks DeAngelis back to second. Here's the 2-2. Barfield rolls it softly on. The ground is short. That'll move the runner up. Salas's throw will be in time. It wasn't hit sharply, so it gave DeAngelis enough time to move to third. Barfield retired on 10 pitches. And now in 2 at-bats, we've seen 17 pitches from Andrew Fernandez. Bronson Butcher trying to turn his night around. He's had a couple at bats, 2 to be exact, with men in, well, not only men in scoring position, but the bases loaded. Now he takes a slider for strike 1 from Fernandez. Butcher alone has left 6 of the 11 Stompers stranded tonight. He can turn all that around here with a base hit. Here's the 0-1, and he takes strike 2 on the inside corner. Infield is in for Napa, and the count is 0-2. Rayson Romero is on deck, and then the top of the lineup to follow. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and Butcher stays alive, tapping it foul. Fernandez went with a slider for the second time in the at-bat. Butcher just did a nice job to get a piece and spoil the slider. But Jacob Barnfield saw everything, didn't he? I think Fernandez threw pitches he didn't even know he had. Try and get him out. I'm going to throw this. I'm just going to hold the ball a little bit differently, and I don't know what to call him, but I'm going to throw it and see if he swings and misses. The 0-2. Butcher down on strikes. 2 out now. It'll take a base hit. Rayson Romero coming up. 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout, but he has walked twice. Now just doing anything he can to get Nick Gatta to the plate, who's on deck, and he's reached 3 times tonight. Romero would love to knock in a run. First pitch, outside. As much as he would love to knock in a run, I'm sure he'd love to just get on. That's really the story with Romero, hitting at 170, but the on-base percentage at 400. That's what he does. He gets on base. The 1-0. Jack swing on a front door slider. Fernandez fooled him. Called a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike to Rayson Romero. Fernandez sent the 1-1, and Romero takes strike 2 on the outside corner. Romero having to protect now with 2 strikes. DeAngelis just trying to read anything in the dirt here. The 1-2. Romero takes a slider off the outside corner, and what a good put-away pitch that would have been. Started down the middle and just slid 9 inches away from Romero. 9 inches doesn't seem like a lot. That's more than half the plate. There's the 2-2. Romero takes a slider on the outside corner. He drops the bat, and he'll walk out to shortstop. Very, very disappointed is Romero. But we'll go to the 8th in a 1-run game. Connor Leadholm trying to hold the lead. He'll come on to pitch for the Stompers when we come back.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Connor Leadholm, the right-hander from Lakewood, Colorado, out of the bullpen for the 8th. Gibbons a 1-2-3 7th, and Leadholm will face the 2-3-4 spots in the Napa lineup. And Dakota Connors takes a fastball for strike 1. Connors is 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts and a sacrifice bunt. Leadholm coming on with a 2.25 ERA, and now he misses high and tight 1-1. He does not have a record with that 2.25 ERA. In 16 innings, he struck out 15. And here in July, he has not allowed an earned run in 7 appearances. Here's his 1-1, and Connors takes high and in. 2 balls and a strike. In fact, Leadholm has not allowed an earned run since June 27th. Part of this bullpen that has just been shutting teams down in the latter third of the ballgame. The 2-1 is a little bit outside from Leadholm. 3 balls and a strike. Leadholm out of the University of Northern Colorado. Three and one, the count on Connors to lead off the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. And a leadoff walk. Marshall Schill is up and throwing in the Stomper bullpen. So a leadoff walk for Connors. Now the tying run is on in the 8th. Josh Montalongo coming up. So fastball pitcher on a fastball hitter. Montalongo, who's 0 for 2. Josh has knocked 10 over the wall and driven in 34. Very good high ball hitter. Connors leads from first. Here's the first pitch from Connor Leadholm, and that is high. One ball and no strikes. Leadholm trying to get us to the 9th. Or to the bottom of the 8th, really. The 1-0. On the outside corner, he dots a fastball at the knees, 1-1. Leadholm out of the pen, throwing hard. He's set. The 1-1 pitch. Popped out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He's ahead of Montalongo, who struck out 1 time already. 13 Silverados have struck out in the first 7 innings. That's more than half of the outs recorded. Leadholm's 1-2. Smashed left center. Hubbard on the run. And that is gone. Napa has taken a 4-3 lead. Josh Montalongo's 11th. And the first earned run given up by Connor Leadholm here in the month of July, a 2-run shot. And now the Stompers have some work to do, not only to keep it at a 1-run deficit, but now just 6 outs to try and come back. Here's Nico Tony. First pitch from Leadholm is on the outside corner for strike 1. Tony is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Leadholm's 0-1. Outside. 1-1 the count. So the Stompers will either pick up a half game tonight or they will drop a half game tonight with San Rafael having the night off. Tony's reached on a walk and a hit by pitch. There's the 1-1. Leadholm misses outside and low. So the 2-run home run by Montalongo has him a little bit rattled here in the 8th. Marshall Schill still up in the pen. The 2-1 pitch to Tony. That skips and hits Butcher right in the chest. I'd like to believe that we'll still see Andrew Fernandez in the last half of the inning. With the top of the lineup coming up and nobody up in the Napa bullpen. Leadholm has fallen behind Tony 3 balls and 1 strike. yet to record an out in the 8th, a walk and then a home run. Four-3 game. Lead Holmes 3-1. Chopped on the ground to second and through for a base hit. Playing Tony DePaul, he punches it through the 3-4 hole. Still nobody out, and Jordan Garr will come up. So yes, Leadholm is human. After his last 7 appearances, just flawless. Garr tonight 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch way back in the first inning. Tony leads from first. Here's the first pitch, and Leadholm misses low with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Stompers running out of time late in the game. Leadholm not working as quickly now. He's set the 1-0 pitch. In the dirt, Butcher backhands, but that's all he can do. Going up to second base on the wild pitch is Nico Tony, and the count is 2-0. And Leadholm has lost all command here in the 8th. Man in scoring position, and Napa trying to tack on some more. They have nobody out. Walk, Montelongo 2-run home run. Tony single. Wild pitch puts him at second. Here's Leadholm's 2-0. Garr tanks right down the middle, strike 1. Leadholm throwing hard, that's for sure. Taking his time against Garr, who's hitless in the game. The 2-1 pitch on the outside corner, letter high. And Garr frustrated, and can't say that I really blame him. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count now. Leadholm granted a gift. The corner's been there all night. A little bit high. Leadholm's 2-2. Garr takes outside, and the count is full. Only the 3rd time in the ball game that a Napa hitter has worked the count full. Leadholm ready. He deals. Garr fouls it out of play. Tony's at second. The count's still 3-2. Now time called. We have a baseball on the field from the bullpen. Gillespie will go back to his position at first after retrieving the stray baseball, where he had found a home in the Stomper bullpen. Still nobody out. Stompers trail by 1. Leadholm's 3-2 pitch to Jordan Garr. On the outside corner, strike 3. Garr rips the helmet off, rips the elbow sleeve off, throws the elbow sleeve, and he is just yelling at Eric Thompson. And now Garr will go back to the dugout still yelling, and frankly, I'm surprised he's still in the ballgame. Now here comes Nick Olch. By my understanding, if you argue with the strike zone whatsoever, you're thrown out of the game, and now Thompson waits for Garr to get back to the dugout and then throws him out of the game. Now Jordan Garr is being, well, he was held back for a second, and he'll just leave. Apparently said something to the disliking of Thompson when he got back to the dugout. So he's thrown out. 1 out. Nick Olch coming up. Here's the first pitch from Liedholm, and Olch does go around. He can't hold up the swing. It's 0-1. No balls in 1 strike. Olch in the game is 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter. He has Tony at second after the strikeout to Jordan Garr. Here's Liedholm's 0-1, and slider swung over the top. 0-2. Surprised it actually took him that long to throw Garr out. I mean, rules say you argue the strike zone. See ya. That's just it. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Garr tops it softly down third, and Quitzer fields in foul territory. Still 0-2. Liedholm way ahead. She'll ready at a moment's notice in the bullpen. Looks to second now, the 0-2. Topped on the ground to second base. Gotta fields. The long throw from deep at second is in time. Moves Tony up to third with 2 out. Jake Marshall will come up. So we'll have at least one change defensively when we come back out in the 8th. Garr, who occupied right field. Marshall comes up. He's 0 for 3, and he's struck out twice. First pitch. Inside, and Butcher just smothers it. Nice play by Butcher to keep the ball in front and keep Tony at third. Liedholm works with Tony at third base in a 1-run game in the 8th. His 1-0 pitch. Marshall swings over the top of a breaking ball, 1-1. The 2 runs in the inning. The leadoff walk, and then the Montelongo 2-run shot to left center. Then Tony singled, since then a strikeout, a ground out, the 1-1 outside. Two balls and a strike, the count. 2 out, Liedholm ready. He delivers on 2-1, and Marshall shoots it foul. So now just 1 pitch away is Connor Liedholm from escaping this 8th without allowing another run. After Barney went 6, allowed 2 runs, Gibbons a shut down 7th, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Butcher will block it. He throws to first. That completes the strikeout. Liedholm strikes out 2 in the inning, but 2 runs come across for Napa. They lead it 4-3. It'll be the top of the lineup for the Stompers with 6 outs with which to work when we come back in the bottom of the 8th.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Novato. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
Napa takes a 4-3 lead in the top half, scoring twice. Stompers trail by 1. They'll send the top of the lineup to the plate here in the 8th against Andrew Fernandez. So Jordan Anderson has come on to play right field, with Jordan Garr being thrown out of the game. Got a Hubbard Quitzer against Andrew Fernandez here in the 8th, and he delivers a first pitch slider down low. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Gata, who's reached 3 times. A home run, a single, a walk. Here's the 1-0. The slider catches the inside corner. So Hubbard trying to get on, or Gata trying to get on for Hubbard, that is. So Hubbard's 0 for 4. He'd like to turn that around here in the latter part of the game. The 1-1 from Fernandez, and Gata tops it softly up the first baseline. He's digging, and it will roll foul. So at the moment, Fernandez in line for a potential win. His story tonight, men in scoring position. That seems like it's been the story the last half of this month of July. 1 for 11 in the game, and that team batting average has dwindled from 306 to 287, and that's only with men in scoring position, of course. The 1-2. Gata takes low and away. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the 8th for Napa, 1 in the first and 2 in the 6th for the Stompers. Here's the 2-2. Gata spoils an outside slider to keep the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fernandez in his second inning of work. Nobody up in the Napa bullpen, so it'll be Fernandez or die here in the 8th, really. The 2-2. Gata rolls it on the right side. Montalongo backhands a foot race between Gata and Fernandez, and Gata wins it. Leadoff single for Nick Gata. He beats Fernandez covering to the bag. Stompers have a man on. He's the tying run, and here comes Dondre Hubbard. Hubbard trying to snap an 0 for 4. He's 0 for his last 10. Facing Fernandez, he has not tonight. He has Gata at first, nobody out. Fernandez coming with a first pitch. Hubbard's way out in front of a slider for strike 1. Another good one on our hands tonight. 1-run game, 4-3 Napa. Hubbard represents the go-ahead run. Here's the 0-1. He takes outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's 7-0 Vallejo against the Stockade in the bottom of the 7th, so they're blowing out Salina late in that one. Gata at first, a 3-hit night for him. Here's the 1-1. Hubbard chases a slider again. And if I had to bet anything, Fernandez is going to come back with a slider to Hubbard here and even farther off the plate. He's thrown 2 in the at-bat, 1 to start the at-bat. 1 here. Hubbard has chased both. Gata still at first. The 1-2 pitch from Fernandez. He does go with the slider. Hubbard starts the swing and able to hold up. Great in-at-bat adjustment from Dondre Hubbard. I think if you're Fernandez here, you go with it again. If he doesn't, he'll probably bust Hubbard in on the hands. Hubbard trying to snap an 0 for 4 for the game. The 2-2 is low, and he's worked the count full. Does Fernandez dare to throw another slider here? That one was a fastball. But does he dare throw a slider and potentially put the tying run in scoring position? He's gotten Hubbard to chase it twice. It's been his best pitch against right-handers. And he has Chris Quinter, the lefty, coming up. On 3-2, the payoff from Fernandez. A slider hit on the ground to Connors at second. He'll field to second for 1. Salas to first in time. A 4-6-3 twin killing. And the bases are empty with 2 out. Stompers now down to their final 4 outs. Quitzer will come up. 1 for 3 in the game. Looking for something to drive against Fernandez. Now, with nobody on, the tying run is at the plate. Here comes the first pitch from Fernandez, and he deals a 2-seam fastball to the outside corner. He's ahead of Quitzer, 0-1. The 1-strike pitch, a slider to the outside corner, back door to Quitzer, and now he's way behind, 0-2. With Fernandez way ahead on 0-2. Here it comes. Quitzer chases down low, and the Stompers go 1-2-3 with help from a 4-6-3 double play. We'll go to the 9th. Stompers trail 4-3.
We would like to thank our community partners. Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty. Sonoma Hills Retirement Community. And
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
And social media support is provided by Wordmice.
Stompers Baseball is brought to you in part by Sonoma Clean Power. As your local public electricity provider, we source clean energy from renewable resources, geothermal, water, wind, solar, and biomass. And we deliver that power to residents and businesses throughout Sonoma and Mendocino counties. At Sonoma Clean Power, we're invested in the communities we live and work in. We deliver services that enhance quality of life through competitive pricing, improved air quality, and energy efficiency. By changing the way residents source energy, we're able to deliver customer programs that make a difference in everyone's life. Powered by innovative thinking, Sonoma Clean Power was formed to provide a choice beyond for-profit investor-owned utilities, in our case, PG&E. Today, Sonoma Clean Power, or SCP, is a model for community choice programs throughout California. By providing higher percentages of renewable energy that reduce greenhouse gas emissions, our customers are helping solve the climate crisis at a local level.
Marshall Schill on. He'll face the 8-9 one-hitters for Napa in the top of the 9th. Trying to keep it at just a 1-run deficit. Schill, the 6-foot right-hander from Cottonwood, Arizona. No record, a 4.58 ERA. He struck out 19 in 17 2/3. He'll face Jackson, Bethencourt, Salas, the side-winding right-hander's first pitch, a 2-seamer shot foul down third. Fastball, slider, and the changeup. You'll see the changeup out of Schill to left-handers. So you may see it during this at-bat to Jackson if he's able to get way ahead. The 0-1, and the slider is inside. Schill throws the slider to both righties and lefties. A good put-away pitch moving away from right-handers, and if he can put it at the back foot of the left-handed hitters, it's almost unhittable. And that's swung on and missed. So Schill's ahead 1-2, and you could see him pull out that changeup here to Jackson, who has the hat trick tonight. Schill trying to hand him the golden sombrero. There he is on 1-2, and that's high. Two balls, 2 strikes to Jackson leading off this 9th. Difference in the game, the Montelongo 2-run home run in the 8th inning, and the 2-2 fastball from Schill, lettered high, is fouled off. Stompers, who have struck out 15 Silverados, trail 4-3. Crazy how the game works out sometimes. You strike out more than half of the outs recorded in the whole game, and you find yourself losing in the ninth by just one. It only takes one. Schill's 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air, left center field. Hubbard moving over, now moving back and into the gap. He makes the catch. One out here is Bethencourt. For Napa last inning, 2 hits. The first time they had a hit since the second inning. They went innings 3 through 7 without recording a hit. Dominance by Barney in the latter part of his start, and then by Gibbons out of the pen. They just lead home. First pitch, a fastball shot out of play off the bat of Dominic Bethencourt. No balls, 1 strike. Bethencourt, who has struck out twice. He's trying to avoid the hat trick. 2 Silverados have it tonight. Here's the 0-1. He hits a dribbler back to Schill on the mound. He'll knock it down, the throw to first. In time to get him. Two quick outs for Schill, and he'll face Willie Salas, who has reached 3 of 4 times tonight. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. Salas has driven in 2. Montalongo has driven in 2. Schill got Jackson to fly into center and Bethencourt to ground back to the box. Now his first pitch to Willie Salas, a tailing fastball a little bit high. One ball, no strikes the count. Schill's delivery to Salas. Swung on and missed. Schill, the rare sidearm guy that runs it up to 90 every now and again. At least at this level. He's 1-on-1 on Salas with nobody on and 2 out the pitch. Slider almost got Salas. He has to hop out of the way. 2-1. Schill's long look in, over, set, the 2-1. Front door slider misses high. 3-1 after 2 quick outs. You don't want to let anybody get on base. So far in the game, 2 of the 5 walks have scored. For Napa, there's the 3-1 delivery, and that's popped out of play, and the count is full. Leadoff walk in the 8th and a 2-out walk in the 2nd all scored. Both scored. The other 2 home runs. On 3-2, Marshall. Schill comes to the belt. Salas awaits. Here it comes. And he chops it on the ground up the middle. Gotta at second behind the bag. Here's the long throw, and it's offline. Brent Gillespie has to come off the base. That's a single for Willie Salas, his 3rd hit of the game. What would have been a tremendous play by Gata. Just surprised that he got there in the first place. But able to get a throw off and attempt to put out Salas at first. That's an infield single for Salas. It'll bring up Dakota Connors. Salas just too quick. That's one of the tougher plays Gata will probably ever have to attempt to make. Schill from the stretch with Salas at first base. Here's the first pitch, and Connors takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Nothing in 1. Salas over at first. Don't be surprised if he goes. Schill's nothing in 1 pitch. A 2-seam fastball for strike 2. Nothing in 2. Schill way ahead. Probably come with the slider to Connors here. With the tremendous amount of movement from that low sidearm angle. Hubbard over toward right center. Schill at the belt. Steps off. Maybe anticipating stolen base attempt from Salas, who increases that secondary lead over at first. On 0-2, Schill delivers. Slider well outside. Connors takes 1 ball and 2 strikes. Both of these teams have won 7 of their last 10. Napa coming off a loss to San Rafael, and the Stompers coming off the win over the Stockade. Salas leads from first. Shills 1-2 pitch. Slider swung on and missed. They've struck out 16 Silverados, but it's not over yet. Still some work to do. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Do the Stompers have a comeback in them and maybe even their first walk-off win? It'll be up to Gillespie, Williams, and DeAngelis when we come
This
back.
broadcast is sponsored in part by Sonoma Fit, a state-of-the-art gym located in the Old Bowl Center at 19310 Sonoma Highway. There's no better place with more options to get fit and stay fit. Sonoma Fit offers more than 70 classes a week, including indoor cycling, yoga, TRX, rowing, and strength conditioning. Classes cater to all skill levels from beginners to advanced athletes. And if group classes aren't your thing, Sonoma Fit also offers personal training, small group training, and even sports-specific training. Sonoma Fit is proud to be the official workout facility for the Sonoma Stompers. State-of-the-art equipment, experienced trainers, attentive staff, friendly and helpful members, community-oriented and family-owned. Sonoma Fit is a different gym experience and has locations in Sonoma, Petaluma, and is coming soon to Nevada. More information can be found at sonomafitness.com.
Brent Gillespie leads off the last hopes for the Stompers in the bottom of the ninth inning. He's 1 for 2 in the game. He'll face new pitcher, right-hander Rob Humes. The 6'1 right-hander from Berlin, New Jersey, comes into his 14th appearance with a 2.07 ERA. Looking for his 5th save. He's allowed 4 earned runs in 17 1/3, struck out 15 and walked 10. Out of the stretch, Gillespie swings over the top of an off-speed pitch. And it's 0-1. 4-3 our score. Humes, the 4th pitcher for Napa here tonight. Gillespie just looking to get on base. The right-hander deals on 0-1, and Gillespie takes a breaking ball outside, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Vallejo still up big on Salina, 7-0 in the 8th. Humes on 1-1. Gillespie takes outside, ball 2. Napa has won both matchups the last 2, both last week. Here's the 2-1. Gillespie takes outside, 3-1. Just a 1-run game, and now here comes Tito Fuentes Jr. out to the mound. Gillespie in the game, 1 for 2. He drove in a run in the 6th with an RBI single. He's walked twice. It'll be Gillespie, Williams, DeAngelis, and then Barfield if we get there. Fuentes trying to calm down his right-handed reliever, Humes. He's 1-2 with 4 saves. He's allowed just 10 hits in the 17 1/3 that he's thrown this year. Spent some time in Napa and Martinez last year. A 2015 grad from Caldwell University. He's assumed the closer role, and here's his 3-1 to Brent Gillespie, and that's hit on 2 hops to Salas at short. He'll field the throw to first in time for the first out. Gillespie grounds out, and the Stompers down to their final 2 outs. Williams stands in. He's the tying run. First pitch from Humes on the outside corner for strike 1. Williams 1 for 3, a single and a walk. Stompers trying to make a comeback here in the 9th inning, trailing by 1. The 0-1 pitch, and Williams rolls it on the ground to third. Bethencourt boots it. Stompers have a base runner on the air by Bethencourt at third. A 3-hop grounder. It hit him in the leg. How about this? Rob DeAngelis on his 25th birthday. He represents the winning run. He has Williams at first with just 1 out. Rob's parents in attendance tonight. He's reached twice. 0 for 3, reached on an error, and he walked. Parents flew in from Staten Island this morning to watch Rob play today. Here's the first pitch, and he takes way outside, ball 1. Couldn't think of a better way for him to spend his 25th birthday, huh? With Williams at first after the error and 1 out, it's just a 1-run game. Humes on 1-0. DeAngelis swings through a fastball right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike. DeAngelis, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in. He awaits the 1-1, and it's been a throw to first, and my goodness. Montelongo's able to corral it, but Rob Humes threw that over there at 90 miles an hour. And that thing sails into the parking lot, I think, if Montelongo does not get the glove up. He's set. The 1-1. DeAngelis chases a breaking ball and now falls behind 1-2. Little over anxious is DeAngelis. Looking for his first hit of the game. Four 3-run score, 1 out in the blast of the 9th. Williams at first base, and now DeAngelis calls time. He's reached in 24 straight. Left-handed hitter. Humes on 1 and 2. DeAngelis chases in the dirt. He's down on strikes for out number 2. Stompers down to their final out. Jacob Barfield will be the last chance tonight. Napa trying to take 3 straight from the Stompers. So Barfield, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of walks. Hits with Williams at first. Williams represents the tying run. Barfield the winning run here in the 9th. Humes stares in. Now he steps off. Barfield, 10 home runs, 23 runs batted in. First pitch from Humes. High and away for ball 1. Couple of Sundays ago, Barfield had 2 big home runs late in the game after coming off the bench to beat Vallejo late. A throw to first is high, and Montelongo has to jump up. We've seen 2 throwovers from Humes. One high and the next higher. A third one, we don't know where to land. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Barfield takes low, 2-0. Barfield ahead in the count. He can look for just one location here. I don't know if my car is safe in the parking lot with the rate that Humes is throwing over to first. The 2-0. Checks his swing, and he could not hold up, says Thompson. It's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Williams the tying run at first, and Barfield calls timeout. Humes set at the belt. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and Barfield takes an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Daniel Molinari has come out into the on-deck circle. So if we get to that 8th spot of the lineup, he will pinch hit for Bronson Butcher. Three balls and a strike, 2 out. Humes at the belt. Here he comes. Barfield tops it up third, and the count is full, and that was the best pitch he's going to get in the at-bat. Fastball, center cut, belt high. Maybe on the outer third. Stompers down to their final strike. Three and 2. Williams will get a head start, and he's the tying run at first base. Humes ready. Barfield awaits the pitch. Breaking ball taken in the dirt. Barfield walks, and the tying run's now at second. Daniel Molinari is going to come out. He will pinch hit for Bronson Butcher. Molinari this year hitting at 268. He has 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. On base percentage of .362. He'll pinch hit for Butcher. Stompers 1 for 11 with men in scoring position tonight. Molinari hits with men at first and second and 2 out. Humes trying for his 5th save. Base hit ties the game. Williams leads from second, Barfield from first. The first pitch from Humes, a breaking ball inside, ball 1. Daniel Molinari, who was hitting well over 300 for most of the beginning of the year. The average dropped to 268. He does have a home run and 7 runs batted in. Humes stares into his catcher, Jake Marshall, who relays a series of signs. Now he's set. The 1-0 pitch. Outside and low. 2-0 to Molinari. Molinari, the local guy from Redwood City. The 23-year-old. Readjusts the elbow guard. Now climbs back in the right-handed batter's box with the tying run at second and the winning run at first. In a 4-3 game in the 9th. Humes on 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch is down below the knees, and he's fallen behind Molinari. 3-0. Rayson Romero on deck. In a 3-0 count. Does Molinari swing at anything close here? Probably not. The 3-0 pitch. Inside in a 4-pitch walk, and the Stompers have him loaded in the 9th. Nobody's up in the Napa bullpen, and now Jake Marshall will go out to the mound. So here's Rayson Romero trying to play hero. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He's walked twice. It'll be a quick meeting from Marshall, Salas, and Montalongo. Just really going out for moral support at this point. Romero, who's hit 2 home runs and driven in 6. The 23-year-old shortstop from Mililani, Hawaii. Just celebrated a birthday last week on the 18th of July with Miles Williams, who also celebrated a birthday on July 18th. And now Eric Thompson's going to go out and walk down the third baseline, and whatever he's relaying to Zach Pace, I Don't think we'll ever know. Romero with the average below the Mendoza line. Bases loaded and 2 out. Rob Humes wants a new baseball. Trying to ice Romero, who's been on base twice. An error and 2 walks in the inning have loaded the bases. First pitch from Humes on the inside corner, and Romero is behind 0-1. Nick Gatta's on deck, the leadoff man who's reached 4 out of 5 tonight. First, it's Romero. The 0-1 from Humes. Fouled back to the screen, and now the Stompers down to their final strike. The kid who played collegiately at Sonoma State and was a high school state championship in 2014 at St. Louis High School, the famed high school over in Hawaii. Humes on 0-2. Here's the pitch. Romero takes high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The famed St. Louis High School produced talent like Brandon League, Marcus Mariota, and Tua Tagovailoa. Now racing Romero. In a 1-2 count, he's down on strikes. Stompers load the bases in the 9th and cannot complete the comeback. Napa takes this one. Final of 4-3. The Stompers, the story tonight, left 15 men on base. So here are the final totals. First for the Silverados, 4 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 7 left. For the Stompers, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They leave 15 on base. Final time of tonight's ball game, 3 hours and 27 minutes. Fernandez gets the win. He's now 2-2. Leadholm gets the loss. He is 0-2, and Humes picks up his 5th save. Napa now 2 games over 500 at 20-18. The Stompers fall to 27-11 and are now 7-4 overall against the Silverados, who have taken the last 3 between these two teams. With San Rafael off tonight, the Stompers now just own a 3.5 game lead in the Pacific Association, and with an off day tomorrow, San Rafael can make that even closer. Stompers are off, and then back here Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, all at 6:05, all 3 promotional nights. And then on Sunday, we're on the road in San Rafael at 1 o'clock. So we're back on the airwaves on Sonoma TV, on KSVY, and on the Stompers Radio Network. Thursday night, 6:05. We'll see you then. Stompers drop this one 4-3 to Napa. For everybody here with KSVY and for the Sonoma Stompers, I'm Forrest Hunt saying so long, everybody. We'll see you Thursday night.
We would like to thank our community partners: Tina Schoen, Broker Associates, Sotheby's International Realty, Sonoma Hills Retirement Community, and
Car Star Body Best Collision of Sonoma.
social media support is provided by Word Mice.